Presents the National Football League as the Atlanta Falcons take on the Oakland Raiders. Hi, everyone, with former NFL MVP Rich Gannon, Kevin Harlan. Rich, give us a headline this afternoon.
Well, Kevin, through the draft and free agency, the Raiders have really built this roster into a playoff caliber team for Atlanta. We know they have the quarterback. The defense has to take the next step in order for this team to make it back to the postseason.
All right, the Falcons have been given the chance to receive as the Raiders won the toss. Today's game being broadcast in Spanish. We're available using the SAP button on your television. A week ago, Janikowski and the Raiders won in New Orleans on a two-point try late. Eric Weems is deep back, and this Falcon team lost at home to Tampa Bay. Raiders, Falcons, and away we go from the Bay Area. To the 25 and a touchback with Weems in the catch. All right, the offensive coordinator, Kyle Shanahan of the Falcons, likes his quarterback, Matt Ryan.
Yeah, he's a terrific player, Kevin. We talked a little bit about it earlier. He can thread the ball into the tight coverage, congested window. And if you're Oakland, you have to defend the entire field.
31-24, the final last week. Ryan in that contest, though, a couple of touchdown passes. He was sacked 3 times. He's got Freeman in the backfield. Here is a pass to Julio Jones. Spins his way with an Emerson tackle near the 34, and he picks up 9 on first down. They got Alex Mack as a free agent, a high-priced one from the Cleveland Browns. Jake Matthews, the left tackle, has his hands full this afternoon. Jones just caught one, had 136 catches a year ago. 2nd down and 1. It's Freeman with a broken tackle and a block by the tight end, Tammy, and he gets the first down, digging his way to the 42. He picks up 8 on the play. Nelson makes the stop. Let's take a look at the Raider D. A rookie starts on one defensive end, and on the other side, the All-Pro Khalil Mack, 15 sacks a year ago. They signed Bruce Irvin as a free agent from Seattle. And Sean Smith was burned last week. Oh, there's a big-time rush, and down he goes. Stacy McGee up the middle. He brings down Ryan on 1st and 10, a loss of 7 back to the 36.
Yeah, good look at McGee. He's just going to come up the middle. It's a nice job pushing the guard right into the lap of quarterback Matt Ryan. Ryan has nowhere to go with the football.
Raiders go with 5 in the secondary. Freeman remains in the backfield for Ryan, 2nd and 17. And he's got his tight end, Tammy, who's having a terrific camp into the start of the regular season. He's up to the 49. It was Nelson along with McGill on the stop, a gain of 15. It'll be 3rd and 2. Good catch, good throw.
Now you look at the linebacker and the defense, the end man on the line of scrimmage, both decide to cover the inside man, and they turn Jacob Tammy loose in coverage. The middle linebacker, Smith, in that situation, he has to come off and cover the tight end.
He told us yesterday Tammy is having and playing the best football of his career. 3rd and 3. Sanu is on the move. Freeman remains. Looked like the rookie was offside, short to Mohamed Sanu. It looks like Ward may have jumped, and a flag is on the near side with our referee today, Clete Blakeman, who officiated Super Bowl 50 here in the Bay Area.
Offside. Defense. Player was in the neutral zone for snap. 5-yard penalty. First down, Atlanta.
Well, penalties once again were a problem last week for the Raiders. 14 of them, which led the league in week 1 for 141 yards. Talked to Jack Del Rio on Friday. He said that they've been addressed. This is a disciplined football team, and he expects that they'll get it cleaned up.
Freeman is in there, base secondary for the Raiders. With 4 back here, 1st and 10. Freeman, DeMarco with the block. And he's down to the 38-yard line with a Knocked down there by McGee. It is a gain of 8 on the play. They take him to the 38 of the Raiders.
Well, let's take a look at the scouting report. You look at Atlanta offensively, the passing game without question is the strength. Ryan to Julio Jones. The weakness, the running game, virtually non-existent last week. For them to be at their best, they have to crank up the running game. Oakland's got a terrific pass rush. Their run defense in area last year, they were way too inconsistent. They've got to get that straightened out.
The second down and 3. DeMarco a block. Good cut inside by Freeman. He takes it down near the 36. He looks like he's got the first down on a gain of 3. With a hit there by Sean Smith.
And Kevin, really for Atlanta to be at their best offensively, they have to get this running game. This running game has to come to life. Didn't get enough chances last week in the home loss to Tampa. But these two backs, Coleman and Freeman, need touches against the Raiders.
Tevin Coleman is in now. 1st and 10. This is Coleman. He takes it down to the 30-yard line. Boy, they are running well right here. Ellis got a hand on him inside among a couple for the Raiders on a gain of 6 to the Raider 30.
Kevin, you mentioned Alex Mack earlier. He's a proven center. He's really just what the doctor ordered for this offensive line. He's going to make Matt Ryan more comfortable in the pocket. Will stabilize the interior of that offensive line.
Looks like Schrader, the right tackle move, with the flag thrown.
False start. Offense, number 73. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
They had a couple false starts last week. They had one on their opening drive. Their young tight end jumped off sides.
They were using some no-huddle there, Rich, and that's been the conversation in Atlanta about this Falcon offense.
I think a lot of people feel that Matt Ryan's at his best when they're running the no-huddle offense.
Coleman remains, checking down a 9, opening drive of the game. With a couple tight ends. Play action. They have been deflected. It's incomplete going across the middle to the second-year receiver, Justin Hardy. 3rd and 9 coming up for Atlanta.
Yeah, this is just a poor set by the left tackle. Matthews working on Mack. This is going to be a great matchup to watch. He cannot step inside. He's going to get beat right around the edge with speed. Matt Ryan needs more time in the pocket.
Gabriel is a 3rd receiver. 5 in the secondary for the Raiders. 3rd and 9. 9th play of the drive. Coleman is back there with Ryan. Good time. And through the fingertips of a heavily covered Tammy.
Very nice coverage there by Malcolm Smith on Tammy. 3rd down was a problem last week for the Falcons, just 3 of 13.
Atlanta has decided to punt the ball. I guess off the dirt that might be a factor, huh? If they were trying for the field goal.
It does. It's a problem, Kevin. The only team in football that still has to deal with a baseball infield. It's amazing.
TJ Carey is back for veteran Matt Bosher. The breeze is negligible here in the Bay Area. Carey winding up for a fair catch. He makes it at the 6. And it was a 29-yard, well-placed punt by Matt Bosher. We're going to get our first look at the Raiders offense when we come back. And the bright young star in the Bay Area, Derek Carr. After the punt by Atlanta, 1st and 10 for Oakland at their 6-yard line. Latavius Murray in the backfield. Carr on 1st and 10, the tight end Smith. He's hit by the rookie linebacker, Deion Jones, who's out at LSU, gain of 6. Here is Derek Carr, and you really like his play.
Yeah, clearly he's established himself as the franchise quarterback, and I think his numbers over the first 2 years certainly bear that out. He was a Pro Bowler last year. He's a classic drop-back passer. He has a quick release, not a lot of wasted motion with Derek Carr.
Raiders come out with 2 tight ends, 2nd down and 3.
Now, what's up?
Murray, nice sidestepping, breaks a Jones tackle. Then the secondary looked like it was hit that time by Ricardo Allen. Brought down there. Allen led him in tackles last week. Picks up 9. That's a first down up to the Raider 22. Osemele was the highest rated guard on any team in the entire NFL last week via Pro Football Focus. The high-priced free agent coming from Baltimore. And a lot of weapons. Crabtree on one side and Amari Cooper He was a Pro Bowler as a rookie, over 1,000 receiving yards, and there he is out of Alabama. It is 1st and 10.
Now!
Richard is in the backfield. He busted one for 75 last week, and he was hit there and brought down by Robert Alford on a gain of 4. He's up to the 26-yard line of Oakland. So here's Adrian Claiborne. He has taken the place of the injured Brooks Reed. Hurt his shoulder. Knocked out twice last week. Out today. Familiar names on that defensive line. Vic Beasley Jr. is a second year. High-priced player, and they need more out of him. Didn't have a tackle last week. Desmond Trufant is their Pro Bowl cornerback. One of the best in the business. Best on this team. 2nd down and 6. Richard remains. 2nd time they go to the tight end. And that is Smith with the catch, and Weatherspoon will bring him down as they are without some of their top players from last week, and a player that was injured and out is Devondre Campbell, the rookie for Minnesota. So Weatherspoon taking his place. It's now 3rd and 5 for Carr. Nickel secondary. Good block by Murray, the running back. And again, they go into this Walford. It's the 3rd pass to a tight end. Down he goes to the 29. Nice pursuit on the play by Ishmael. It's a gain of 2 on 3rd and 5. Here comes the punting unit for the Oakland Raiders.
Just took too long to get it to his tight end, Walford. He was open early, and the time he got it to him, the Falcons had plenty of time to respond.
Marquette King set a Raider record for punts inside the 20 last season. Eric Weems is deep back for the Atlanta Falcons. He handled all the kickoff and punt return duties a week ago. Does the same here in the Bay Area today. King, whoa! Back to the 7. A hang of 4-3 sends up a rocket. And then he's drilled by the long snapper, Kondo. Also getting hit from Trowett. And hit by Darren Bates. 3 of them all down there on a 64-yard Marquette King punt and a 12-yard return. A flag has been thrown downfield.
Kick, holding, return team number 53. Penalties half the distance to the goal line. 1st down, Atlanta.
Leroy Reynolds was guilty for the Atlanta Falcons. Each team is at it. Each team is punted. 7:16 in the 1st.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. The new 2017 Acura MDX, precision crafted performance. And by Pizza Hut.
With a punt moments ago by the Oakland Raiders. And before that, the Falcons. 2nd possession for Atlanta. Coleman in the backfield. 1st and 10 from the 4. Ryan. And looking low. And Gabriel tried to dig it out. And the coverage on the play by David Emerson. 2nd down and 10. Gabriel, a former Cleveland Brown. With NFL Game Pass. Replay every game this season, including playoffs and Super Bowl. Start a free trial today at NFL.com/Game Pass.
Let's talk a little strategy, Kevin. The importance of running the football at both those backs is going to be critical. Keep themselves in normal down distance. Both tackles, Matthews and Schrader, have to play well against 2 really good rushers in Mack and Irvin. And finally, you got to go after Sean Smith. He got torched last week against the Saints.
It's Coleman on 2nd down and 10 into the nickel. And a hit by Khalil Mack and also by Ben Heaney out of Kansas.
I think it's really important for Matt Ryan to go after Sean Smith early. Hit him with a double move. You have to find out where he's at with his confidence, as the veteran was benched in their Week 1 win down in New Orleans. He had a great week of preparation. The focus was there. He had a couple interceptions in practice, but last week he really struggled.
Gabriel is in as a receiver. 3rd down and 10. Coleman is in. Into the nickel. Ryan, Gabriel, and he's close to the 1st down. Hit on the play by a bunch, including Hayden and Emerson. It's a gain of 11 on 3rd and 10. And Atlanta 1st down to the 15.
And Gabriel was a player that head coach Dan Quinn pointed out last night, he said he's going to have a very active role in this one. They really like the group that they have at wide receiver. Julio Jones, Mohamed Sanu, and they're real high on Gabriel as well.
Hayden is the 5th defensive back. A look at Julio Jones, over 1,800 receiving yards a season ago. It's 1st and 10. Coleman. And they moved the pile there. They couldn't do it last week against the Buccaneers. Up to the 21-yard line. Gain of 6 with the hit and tackle made by Sean Smith.
It takes a real commitment from Kyle Shanahan, the offensive coordinator, to really stick with the running game. We talked about the two talented backs. They both bring a little something different to the mix. You look at Devontae Freeman, not the biggest back, but he can run with some power. And, of course, Tevin Coleman can score from anywhere on the field.
Fullback DeMarco wins 2nd down 4. Lead blocker here for Coleman. And stuffed on the play. Looked like the rookie Ward along with Danico Autry. Hold him for no gain on the play. They stay at the 20-yard line.
In this day and age, in terms of the running game, Kevin, you really have to have two backs that can really give you some production and consistency. And the thing that I like about both Freeman and Coleman is how good they are in the passing game. Very active, very good in personal protection, but they're tremendous getting out in the routes.
Freeman is in right now. Devontae playing with a quad injury. He had his first full practice on Thursday. 3rd down and 4 right here, nickel for the Raider D. Ryan being chased by Heaney. And high and incomplete for his receiver, Justin Hardy. With coverage on the play by Emerson. And here comes the punting unit once again on the field for the Atlanta Falcons.
Well, really nice job with the rush. It's going to make Matt Ryan kind of flush, get to his left. But look at the coverage on the back end. I mean, there is nowhere to throw this ball. Good coordinated rush and coverage gets it done for the Raiders on 3rd down.
Matt Bosher will have his 2nd punt this afternoon here in the Bay Area. D-Pack is the rookie free agent. Richard out of Texas Tech. He will field it at the 37-yard line. Great special teams downfield and in a hurry for the Atlanta Falcons. A 43-yard punt. A good tackle by C.J. Goodwin. We step aside in Oakland. Thursday, your weekend starts here when the Houston Texans tangle with the New England Patriots. Thursday night football on CBS and NFL Network. Well, the hell, the quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo is now the focus of this one. He was knocked out today in a New England win against Miami. And a rookie and a 3rd-round pick, Jacoby Brissett, looks like he is going to be taken over, at least for the week. 1st and 10, 36. They go to Amari Cooper, who got a block from Crabtree, then works his way up the sideline and is hit by the linebacker Deion Jones. On a catch and run of 5, he's up to the Raider 40.
A couple different ways to get the ball in the hands of your playmaker. You get the 2 receivers out in front. Your job is to block, and you look at Amari Cooper. Very good speed in the open field.
I like the way these receivers block for Oakland.
You have to do that. You know, you think about these receivers, even in terms of the running game, Kevin, you have to be an unselfish player, and you have to be willing to roll up your sleeves and get dirty a little bit in the running game.
Andre Washington is in, a rookie. There's a pass for Cooper, and the coverage by the terrific Desmond Trufant. Incomplete. 3rd and 5 coming up.
Let's take a look at the Raiders and the Falcons as they match up the scouting reports. Clearly the strength of this Oakland offense is the quarterback play, a talented young player in Derek Carr. The tight end position has been a struggle for the Raiders, certainly over the last decade. It needs someone to emerge in that group. Finally, Atlanta's got great team speed defensively. I think it's going to allow them to play more man-to-man. The pass rush, though, continues to be a problem for the Falcons.
With a flag thrown here and a hard count by Carr. Shelby may have been moving on that line. Let's see.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense number 90. It's a 5-yard penalty, and yardage is enough for a 1st down.
That's a big penalty.
Pre-snap penalties, they drive you crazy as a head coach. I was talking about the lack of a pass rush, which has been an issue for a while with this defense. Last year they finished dead last in the league with 19 sacks. Last week they were again shut out despite Jameis Winston throwing it 33 times. If you can't get to Derek Carr on this one, It'll make for a long day for this Falcons defense.
Last week, this Atlanta D had 3 third-down penalties and kept Tampa Bay drives alive. And here, the Raiders experiencing the same thing from the 46, 1st and 10. The Texas Tech rookie Washington. Look at him dance his way out to about the 49 on a gain, we'll say, of about 2. Shelby, among others, making the stop for Atlanta.
Kevin, you mentioned mindless penalties. Last week, as you said, they kept 3 scoring drives alive that led to 17 points in their 31-21 loss to the Bucs. And you got to find a way to get off the field. It's those missed assignments and the mental errors that really hurt you as a defense.
Coming over.
Seth Roberts is the receiver. Richard out of Southern Miss. He's a rookie free agent. He is back there with the second Nate coming up for Derek Carr. Richard. And then the gang tackle near midfield. Not a lot of breathing space. Ishmael among a couple with the initial hit on a gain of 2.
Well, you look at Bill Musgrave, the offensive coordinator. He's not afraid to use any of these backs. You know what they have in Latavius Murray. They're excited about Jalen Richard, who scored on his first touch last week.
They have a new right tackle today, too, does this Oakland offense. It is Austin Howard because they lost their starter Watson and his backup McCants. 3rd down and 6. Murray is in. Carr on the move, looks into the nickel, and almost picked off by Trufant. Trufant had a pick last week, the 7th of his career. And that does not look good. He'll hobble off, but a nice defensive play. It's 4th down, and here comes the punting unit for the Oakland Raiders.
Well, Trufant, he's developed into one of the top cornerbacks in the NFC. Had an interception last week. Almost has another one here, and then he hurts his knee celebrating. Just comes down awkwardly. You can see him on that left knee.
Well, Lamar Houston did that for the Chicago
Bears. ACL.
Yes. Wow. I think one of the Grammatica brothers did that too.
Was it Martin? After a
Tampa Bay
after a field goal.
And you never did that on the
I never celebrated. That was boring.
Marquette King with another punt. High and hanging, and Weems looks into the Bay Area sun. And it's inside the 10. And down on the play nicely by Corey James. 41-yard, well-placed punt.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by State Farm. Talk to an agent today at 800-STATE-FARM. And by Verizon. Welcome to Verizon LTE Advanced, the next-gen network.
Pretty shot of the Bay Bridge, looking over at San Francisco. A lot of great camera people working, including Atlanta-based Nate Spearman here with us on our CBS crew today. 2nd consecutive start for the Falcons inside the 10. 1st and 10. Freeman into the secondary. And he's brought down by Keith McGill. Gain of 11 on the play, and just...
Nice job. You're going to see the tight end come back across. He's going to kick out. Look at this hole that opens up here in the middle for Devontae Freeman. I mean, that is a monster hole for the back.
1st and 10. Freeman again. Then into the secondary, and he was hit initially by Nelson, finished off by Emerson on a gain of 6 on the play. In just 2 days, NCIS's Michael Weatherly returns to CBS in the new Legal Drama Bowl. It premieres Tuesday after NCIS, only CBS, 2nd down and 4. Fake to Freeman, and it goes to the tight end, Tammy. Had 6 catches last week and getting a block from Sanu, and he is forced out of bounds by Reggie Nelson. He's up to the 41, catch and run, a 16, a 1st down for Atlanta.
And the better they run the football, the more the play action game, especially the boots and nakeds off of the run action, will really help this Atlanta offense.
You always say a running game's a quarterback's best friend.
That's what they want to do. They want to run the stretch play and the boots and nakeds off it.
Coleman in. 1st and 10. Finally, Malcolm Smith, the former Super Bowl MVP with Seattle, makes the stop. Nelson finishes him off. Gain of 6 and up to the 47-yard line of the Falcons.
And as you look at where the ball is placed on that hash mark around the middle of the field, it really changes how you call a game. You look at this infield with all the dirt. It's tough. It affects the running game. It affects what the receivers can do in terms of playing their foot and cutting.
They go outside, and it's caught by Austin Hooper. on that 2nd down and 4. McGill with the coverage, and he's down at the 47-yard line of the Raiders. It is a gain of 6 and a catch and run by Hooper with his 2nd catch of the year, the San Mateo native. Jack Del Rio has his Raiders at 1-0 at the end of one, tied 0-0. Through 15 minutes of football, these are some of the numbers. See a difference in the time of possession. On this drive for Atlanta as we go into the 2nd quarter, an 11-yard run by Freeman, a 16-yard catch and run by Tammy. And into Raider territory, the Atlanta Falcons losing last week, coming in at 0-1 with a very difficult schedule ahead. New Orleans, Carolina, Denver, Seattle. Puts a lot of importance on this, an early season important game for the Falcons. With Freeman in the backfield, 1st and 10 for Ryan. Real block on the fake, and they go to the side, and it's caught. Aldrick Robinson makes the grab. Emerson makes the hit. 19-yard pickup, and they're down to the Raider 27.
If you want to know why Julio Jones has been quiet in the 1st quarter, the Raiders are pretty much doubling him on every snap, and it's forcing Matt Ryan to look other places. Like to Aldrick Robinson, who's a nice job running the comeback route on the corner.
Good fake by Ryan. It's the backpedaling Toilolo, who takes it head over heels down near the 10. 16-yard catch. Reggie Nelson knocked him, and a gain to the 11 with a 1st down for Atlanta from the 11 of the Oakland Raiders. What a drive. Freeman gaining 11. Tammy a gain of 16. Robinson 19. Right there, Toilolo with a Freeman handoff on 1st and 10, and he takes it for a gain of 3, and he's down near the Raider 8 and hit on the play by Malcolm Smith.
We've seen a couple boots and nakeds with Matt Ryan, and that really helps the offensive line, the protection units to move the launch point. It's going to be key for this offensive line to really play well. Even the interior of the offensive line, they need to set a firm pocket so Matt Ryan can step up inside and avoid those edge rushers with Mack and Urban.
Zamarco is in, 2nd down 7, 4 in the Raiders secondary. 9th play of the Atlanta drive. Boy, they're confused.
Can't get lined up.
Ryan, Freeman to the 5. And there was an Emerson hit on the play with a gain of 3. Mack also getting a hand around him. Matt Ryan in his 9th year as the quarterback of the Falcons.
Yeah, when the game's on the line, I think he's probably at his best. Strong arm. Saw a bunch of throws even last week off the back pedal. He's able to backpedal, still get good velocity on the deep ball. To sit in there when the pocket breaks down with a tough chin.
Already the 3rd receiver, 3rd down and 4. This drive began back at the Atlanta 9 into the nickel. Ryan, Sanu, hit by Smith, gets as far as the 4, maybe the 3, on a gain of 1. And they'll go for 3.
That ball was tipped. You're going to watch Smith right at the end man on the line of scrimmage. He just jumps just
right.
enough to tip that ball, making it difficult for Mohamed Sanu.
Here comes the veteran Matt Bryant, 3 of 3 last week against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Here's a 21-yard try. His numbers from last year. And Atlanta is on the board first on a 21-yard field goal by Matt Bryant. Nice throwing on the play by Ryan for Coach Dan Quinn. 3-zip Falcons. Well, red zone issues continue to plague the Atlanta Falcons. They had 1 red zone touchdown in 4 trips last week. They're in the red zone early in this one, but they only come up with 3.
Yeah, you just got to finish drives when you're in that part of the field. But Matt Ryan, 5 for 5 on that last drive to 5 different receivers. Doing a nice job spreading the ball around.
Bosher will kick off after that 11-play, 88-yard Atlanta drive. This is Taiwan Jones, who had a concussion earlier in the week, and Taiwan Jones with a flag thrown and a Weems tackle at about the 29-yard line, and a return of 32 yards for Taiwan Jones. Goodwin
during the return. Illegal block in the back. Return team number 88. Penalties half the distance to the goal line. First down, Oakland.
Raiders did have 3 special teams penalties a week ago. Another look at Derek Carr when we come back. 11:50 in the first half. Get the CBS Sports app for inside access to your favorite team. From the front office to the front row, you'll get instant coverage of every moment from every angle. Download the CBS Sports app today. So the Raiders have had it twice. 5 plays punt and 5 plays punt. We just saw a 21-yard field goal by Atlanta, but they were in the red zone. Came up empty in terms of touchdowns. They lead it. Second consecutive start.
Now!
Inside the 10 for the Raiders.
What's up?
Murray in the backfield with a couple tight ends on 1st and 10 from Carr, and there is Crabtree. With a tackle made by Jones and close to a first down up at the 19-yard line.
You know, as I study the film of Michael Crabtree, the thing that I like, he doesn't wait on the ball. He attacks it. He's got good speed and quickness and instincts. There's a lot of his damage on the slant routes when he gets inside the corner. He catches the ball away from his body.
After coming off a career year last year, in terms of receptions at 85. 1st and 10.
What's up?
Good block by Penn, the left tackle. It's time for Carr. Derek Carr. Run out of bounds in the near side by Ishmael. And a gain of 5 on the play. The Jaguars, the Chargers. Let's go to New York and James.
Well, the Jacksonville turnover leads to this.
A 6-yard Travis Benjamin touchdown pass from Phillip Rivers. He's 7 of 8 in the day, 55 yards. 14-0 San Diego. Another fast start for the Chargers.
Kevin, your Monday night call was simply outstanding.
Thank you, JB. Appreciate that. We saw a 24-3 lead by San Diego early in that game at Kansas City last week.
Blew it 4th quarter lead and couldn't hold on.
Down 5, Carr moving up nicely. Latavius Murray. And brought down by Weatherspoon. He was right there. Gain of 10. It's another Raider first down. They're up to their 34-yard line.
So you visit with Reggie McKenzie, the general manager of the Oakland Raiders. He believes that success starts up front. That's why they've invested heavily in this offensive line. You look at Carr, he's had plenty of time. Rodney Hudson was a big purchase in 2015 in free agency. Kelechi Osemele got a huge payday this offseason. They also re-signed Donald Penn. This is a very good offensive line. Kevin, I mentioned to you earlier in the week, it reminds me of the group that I played with back in 99 and 2000, 2001, a big physical group.
Richard is in on the 1st and 10 handoff, and there's just nothing there. Blocked up by a couple, including Shelby. We'll call it a gain of 1 on the play. The offensive line coach is Mike Tice. Last week, he was moving his players all over the place with 2 right tackles going down in New Orleans.
That says a lot when you have to make changes like that in game. It's amazing. They lose their starting tackle. He goes down, Menelik Watson. And then you mentioned, Kevin, Matt McCants came in. He went down. And so they wound up moving Donald Penn over to the right tackle position. Kelechi Osemele moved out to the left tackle position. And they didn't give up a single sack despite Carr throwing it 38 times.
It's 2nd down and 9. Seth Roberts, he sheds the oncoming tackle of Allen and then is out of bounds with some coverage by Alford. And he is picking up about 3 on the play. And they'll put him at the Oakland Raiders 38-yard line.
We were talking to Dan Quinn. Good look at Dan Quinn. He's still very much involved with this defense along with Richard Smith. But he said the key, you're talking about this big Raider offensive line. He said we have to get them moving. And they have to be able to use their speed and quickness to penetrate and be disruptive.
Undrafted rookie Richard still in the backfield and sent in motion 3rd and 6. As Carr looks into the nickel. Good time. And what a catch! Amari Cooper. A spectacular grab. 25-yard pickup. Allen was on the coverage on the play. Put him at the Falcon 37.
When I watched this the first time, it looked like he jumped too soon, and I believe he did. He just stayed up there, though. He found a way to kind of stay up there and just wait on it. What a fantastic catch by Amari Cooper.
Had 6 catches last week. 1st and 10, Carr going deep for Crabtree and intercepted. Alford with a flag and a push. Looks like pass interference perhaps in there.
He didn't have to.
Yeah, I know he didn't.
Crabtree did not play this ball well in the air. Robert Alford had great position, but at the end he decides to push him. He doesn't even have to do this. Pushes him to be able to create a little bit of separation to make the pick.
So instead of a turnover,
defense, number 23, the ball is placed at the 1-yard line. First down, Oakland.
So instead of a turnover in possession, now the Raiders have it 1st and goal.
Huge turn of events, and Kevin Crabtree's never going to make that catch. It was an overthrown ball. Alford just panicked and decided to push him at the end.
36-yard penalty. Murray is in. Olawale is the fullback, and there are 2 tight ends for Derek Carr.
Blue 80! What's up?
1st and goal. Murray, touchdown. And the interference call on Alford, all important.
Well, the Raiders have now scored on 20 straight red zone possessions going back to last year. Look at the movement they get up front. Dan Quinn told us that when he studied the tape of Latavius Murray, he's a different runner inside the 10-yard line. He can be physical, he'll lower his head and shoulder, and he'll rock you back.
Said he ran angry. The King holds Sebastian Janikowski. 7-3 Oakland. Murray had a 6-yard touchdown run last week in New Orleans. Here he takes it in from a yard, and the Raiders have captured their first lead today. 7:51 in the first half.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Domino's. Order online at Domino's.com. Cricket Wireless. Something to smile about. And by Genesis. Take a breath of fresh luxury.
Look at Alcatraz across the bay. Richie spent a lot of time over there. And not as a visitor.
Me and Al Capone shared a cell for a while. If you ever get the chance to come out, you gotta visit it. It's a fascinating place.
2nd touchdown run of the season for Latavius Murray. Also has a pass of 25 yards to Cooper. A spectacular catch. 7-3 Raiders on top. That followed the 21-yard field goal by Atlanta. Subsequent kickoff here by Sebastian Janikowski on an 83-degree afternoon in Oakland. Over Weems and out of the end zone to the 25. Coming up on the Verizon Halftime Report, join JB, Tony, Bart, Boomer, and Coach Bill Cowher for the latest news, scores, and highlights in the NFL. And a preview of Thursday Night Football on CBS and the NFL Network. That's all coming up on the Verizon Halftime Report. Ryan, last drive, impressive. 8-12 so far in the game overall.
Yeah, they're still having a difficult time getting the ball to Julio Jones, just the one catch. Got to be able to move him around. You got to be able to get him off of press coverage, double coverage. Got to find a way to get him touches early.
Julio Jones has a left ankle injury out of last week. 1st and 10, they go inside. They find the tight end, and that's another catch for Jacob Tanny. Hit by Keith McGill. It's a catch and run of 13. The tight end has been used well up to the 38-yard line with the 1st down.
The ball distribution's been terrific. 7 different receivers have a catch. It's not enough for Julio Jones.
1st and 10. And Coleman in the backfield. And they go downfield. He undershoots Mohamed Sanu, the high-priced free agent from the Cincinnati Bengals. With Roddy White gone, it's Sanu now, and here's the pass distribution.
Yeah, real good. Spreading around, tight ends getting involved. But look right here, that Julio Jones, just the one catch. And Kevin, I just know in playing with great receivers, Chris Carter and Tim Brown and Jerry Rice, if you didn't get them the ball early, they got grumpy. And, they want touches. They want to get a feel for the game. They know they can be such difference makers. And I just say that your coverage is no excuse. You got to find a way to move them around, get some stack and bunch releases. See a lot of double coverage, though.
Coleman is in. Ryan will throw into the nickel. And he's got his receiver once again on the 2nd down and 10, Jacob Tanny. He's hit on the play by Reggie Nelson, who was a Pro Bowler a season ago. Down to the Raider 43 and a first down, 19-yard pickup.
And you're seeing so much double coverage. So what he's doing is just say, Matt Ryan, I'm just going to take what's there. You just keep doubling Julio Jones, and I'll keep throwing the ball to the tight ends.
Again, we don't know the extent of the ankle injury as Coleman was in. And the fake to him, and they go to Tanny with the coverage by Smith on that 1st and 10. It's incomplete. And not only is the ankle of Julio Jones a little bit messed up after last week, but also Mohamed Sanu's ankle is not 100%.
These are two big physical receivers, and if you're a quarterback like Matt Ryan, you love these guys. They have no fear working across the middle, and they can use their size as a huge advantage against smaller corners.
The explosive Coleman in the backfield, 2nd down and 10. And DeMarco is in as the fullback. Right to Coleman. He looks at this Sanu, thrown it back to him, and the coverage on the play by Keith McGill. 3rd and 10 coming up.
And Matt Ryan's missed a couple throws, Kevin. Usually when they're that wide open, you can't miss behind. Missed a crossing route just a few plays earlier to Mohamed Sanu, and another one there.
Have they challenged Smith as much as you thought they might?
Well, in fairness, the Raiders have done a really nice job. He's getting help over the top in a lot of situations from Keith McGill. They're not putting him out there on an island against Julio Jones or Mohamed Sanu.
Coleman in. Robinson in motion, 3rd and 10. Into the nickel, Ryan, and it was a Robinson scoop and catch at the 32. He picks up 10 on 3rd and 10. Flag is down. Hayden was in there covering with Cleet Blakeman visiting with his crew here in Oakland. 1-0 Raiders, 0-1 Atlanta Falcons.
There is no foul on the play for holding. The yardage gain is enough for a first down.
Robinson's caught a couple today. Had one earlier for 19. That one for 10.
Matt Ryan having a lot of success attacking in the middle of the field, whether it's a receiver or a tight end, against these linebackers and safeties.
Monte Freeman is checked in with a 1st and 10 for the 3-time Pro Bowler Matt Ryan. 7th play of the drive. Freeman. Nice block by Matthews into the secondary. Emerson gets him along with Smith. It's a run of maybe 10 on the play, and Big Wood delivered by Jake Matthews, the left tackle, number 70.
Yeah, they're doing a nice job with the tight end coming back across the formation and cleaning it up for the back. You're going to see the kick out block by Jacob Tamme. That's huge. Calhoun can't get off that block to make the tackle in the hole.
2nd down and 1. Freeman remains. It is Devontae Freeman. Again, we told you, he's got a thigh issue. Missed a little bit of practice time. Hit by a bunch, including Smith, and Calhoun was in there. Gain of 2 on the play. Should be enough for a first down to the 22-yard line of the Oakland Raiders.
Not the biggest back at 5'8", 205 pounds, but I think he is built well for the position. He's kind of a shifty guy. Good vision and cutting ability to kind of squeeze through tight running lanes. Good combination of speed and power for the position.
Dan Williams on that defensive line with a handoff to Freeman, who stopped at the line of scrimmage and no gain on the play. It's been interesting about this running game because it has been the focus of Atlanta, but they have not had a game over 100 yards on the ground in 6 straight, averaging 2.6. Now today, they've got 70 here in the first half on the ground.
You have to stay after it, Kevin. There are going to be some negative runs. There are going to be some runs for a yard or 2, but you have to stay after and stay committed to the running game to slow down these pass rushes of the Raiders.
Coleman in 2nd and they've got Julio Jones. He just torched Smith. 21-yard strike. The electrifying Julio Jones. And Smith was burned. Coverage 2 by Nelson.
Well, we talked about Smith struggling last week. He's got those big arms, but he has a difficult time rerouting and really covering the slant route. He thinks he has help inside. Julio Jones beats him right across his face. That's where Julio Jones is so good, with his hands at the line of scrimmage, getting off of press coverage.
And a touchdown last week, has a touchdown today. Here's the extra point try by Matt Bryant. With the lead going back and forth, it's now 10-7, the Atlanta Falcons. 21-yard touchdown pass to the terrific 6'3" wide receiver Julio Jones. The slant. They torch Smith like he was torched last week with the Saints. And he goes in for 6 and 4:46 in the second. On Monday, Raider players Connor Cook, DeAndre Washington, and Jameis Olawale, along with Seth Roberts, joined 200 students from Oakland's Esperanza Elementary School, all participating in a Play 60 Kids Combine, where kids had the opportunity to participate in numerous football-related activities, as well as hear about the importance of daily exercise and a healthy lifestyle. Smith, we were just talking about Sean Smith, the former Kansas City Chief and Miami Dolphin. With the kickoff here, Taiwan Jones, oh, it ricochets, it's alive, and there goes Olawale, and then Taiwan Jones jumping on the loose ball. He was looking a bit up into the sun, and whether he misjudged, you saw it ricochet off the front of his shoulder pads. And the Raiders marooned. I think you're right, yeah. Had to, huh?
That sun can be a factor for this time of day. Looks like he's got good position. He's coming up. Oh, just hits him too high. Hits him up above the sternum, right below the face mask. We've had poor starting field position, and a lot of it, Kevin, is because of mistakes that they've made in the kicking game. Penalty on the last drive to start.
Falcons in the nickel. Empty backfield for Derek Carr with the 1st and 10. They go to Crabtree, who gets a block from his tight end, Smith. And then the tackle is made by Beasley along with Ishmael on a gain of 9. A little breathing space there from Crabtree.
I like how they use Lee Smith. They're going to move him around. He's in there to block. He's a big man. They put him out there wide in their empty set, and they quick perimeter pass to Crabtree. But Smith is 6'6", 265 pounds. Kevin, like another offensive tackle playing tight end. Can move people off the line of scrimmage.
We know opposing tight ends have found success against Atlanta. 2nd down and 1. How about this? DeAndre Washington with the stiff arm. Finally brought down on the play by Ricardo Allen. A hard-earned 26-yard run by DeAndre Washington. Texas Tech's 5th all-time leading rusher and a rookie and a 5th-round pick.
Well, nothing fancy here, but watch the block they get with their left guard, Kelechi Osemele. He's able to get the deuce block, and then he gets up on the linebacker just enough to get Washington a lane, and now he's up on the safety, Ricardo Allen.
Washington remains. Couple tight ends for Derek Carr with the 1st and 10.
Blue 80! What's that?
And a block at the left tackle. They go outside to Washington. Good open field tackle right there by Ishmael once again, who makes the stop. And it's a gain of 6 on the catch and run up to the 42-yard line of the Raiders.
I had an interesting conversation with the offensive coordinator Bill Musgrave on Friday, and he said, we're just trying to get Derek Carr more comfortable from playing under center. It's really going to help our running game. You want to have a good running game, the quarterback has to be under center more. It's too difficult when you're in the gun all the time. You look at Derek Carr in high school and college, it's all he did was be in the gun. You're seeing more of him from under center. It's going to help them in everything they do, particularly the running game and play action.
What's up?
Here's a handoff on 2nd down, and that goes to Richard. Flag is thrown across the way. Beasley with the stop. Deion Jones, excuse me. With the confab across the way. How about the tough schedule Atlanta has coming up after today?
Brutal.
And a tough one today. I mean, let's not even overlook how tough the Raiders are going to be at home. But this is a team that's 0-1, and the season could turn very quickly for the Atlanta Falcons.
The next month is brutal for the Falcons. You got 2 road games at Tennessee and Baltimore.
Holding. Offense number 86. It's a 10-yard penalty. Replay, 2nd down.
The Atlanta schedule has them at New Orleans.
I'm sorry, New Orleans, Carolina, Denver, Seattle.
Right. How tough is this?
This is brutal.
Divisional game.
Absolutely brutal. You're talking about a divisional game. You're talking about defending NFC champion, Super Bowl champion Denver Broncos, and then a playoff team in Seattle. 3 of the next 4 on the road. That's why this game absolutely critical for the Falcons. You start 0-2 and your chances of making the postseason around 12%.
Hold was accepted. It's a second down and 14. They need the 47. Murray was in the backfield offering a block, and here comes Carr, chased on the play by Shelby and others. Also had some pursuit from Vic Beasley Jr. You know, the pass rush has been an issue, or the lack thereof. Last year, number 32 in sacks per attempt. That was a gain of 2 by the scrambling Carr.
And they're really counting on Vic Beasley, Kevin. He's healthy after playing with a shoulder injury most of his rookie season. They need him to take the next step in his development as a pass rusher. He needs a counter move to go with that outside speed rush. Need him to become a double-digit sacker in year 2.
Now they're going to say it was 3rd and 14.
This is the 2-minute warning.
So they didn't give Carr much of a gain on that last run. The 2-minute warning. Falcons on top. It's a 3rd and 14 coming up at the 2-minute warning. 3 timeouts apiece. They need the 47-yard line, and Atlanta trying to make a stop here. Maybe get some time in this first half with which to work. Had a lot of 3rd and 14 plays. They're going to get a Weatherspoon tackle on the tight end, Clive Walford. With a gain of 3, the clock will tick. We said 3 timeouts for Atlanta, but they're going to they're going to take one right here. They must be, yes.
Number 7, Marquette King in front formation.
We got plenty of time, as you mentioned, Kevin. And a couple timeouts left, a minute 53, an opportunity to go up by a couple scores.
So now 2 timeouts for Atlanta. They got Weems back to retrieve the Marquette King punt.
Boy, Marquette King has dramatically changed field position in this game already. You look at all the great punters that the Raiders have had over the years. We saw Ray Guy on the field, the Hall of Famer before the game. Shane Leckler still punting in his 17th season for the Houston Texans. And of course, Marquette King now in his 5th season. It's great hang time.
Again, a windless day here in Oakland. Beautiful punt. Weems back to the 9. Hang time of 4-6. Getting a block, running outside, has an entourage. He's got Reynolds ahead, and there he goes. Weems being chased by the punter, and King brings him down with a horse collar. So there's going to be a penalty on the punter who makes the tackle, and Weems returns it 73 yards after the 55-yard punt.
Boy, Kevin, we had a bird's eye view of this from up here in the booth. You could just see this developing.
Horse collar tackle on the kicking team, number 7. The penalty's half the distance to the goal line. First down, Atlanta.
You got to get him below the nameplate.
Yeah, once he catches it. Now, once he gets outside, watch right here. Freeze it right there. You can see the wall develop, and now he's got a clear lane.
Leroy Reynolds with a nice lead block and continuing his movement.
Oh, what a great return.
And then the horse collar.
That's all he can do. I mean, he's look at him. He's just, that's a great shot. He's doing everything he can to get Eric Weems on the ground.
73-yard return by Weems. A beauty right there. Coleman in the backfield. And Ryan smells blood. First down and goal to go. It's Coleman. Chester blocked, and he's down near the 5. They had a couple guys jump on him down there, including Mack and Heaney on a gain of 4 by Tevin Coleman.
Well, I really like Tevin Coleman. The more you study him, Kevin, not just what he can do in the running game, but the passing game. He made a terrific catch last week out of the backfield from Matt Ryan, a ball that was thrown behind him. A ball that you don't see a lot of running backs catch. He made it look very easy. Got great hips, spun around, made the catch, and had a big run after.
Coleman in, and the fullback DeMarco is there. Second down and goal. Coleman, DeMarco a block, Matthews a block, and then he is taken down on the near side by Smith and Irvin, and they're going to spot him near the 2. Let's make it the 3 with a gain of 3, and 2 timeouts for the Falcons, 3 for the Raiders.
You know, we see less and less teams in the league feature a fullback. The Falcons have a very good one in Patrick DeMarco. He opens up a lot of holes for these running backs. Not afraid to get his nose up in there and do the dirty work.
A 73-yard punt return by the 10-year veteran Eric Weems sets up a 3rd and goal at the 3. Coleman is in. Ryan into the nickel. Coleman low and down at the 3. Back maybe to the line of scrimmage. No gain. They read it well. And on it was Reggie Nelson, who led the league in interceptions a season ago for the Bengals, and Khalil Mack. With a timeout. Like to remind you, coming up on the Verizon Halftime Report, join JB, Tony, Bart, Boomer, and Coach Cowher for the latest news, scores, and highlights in the NFL. And there'll be a preview of Thursday Night Football on CBS and NFL Network. That's all coming up on the Verizon Halftime Report. Julio Jones caught a 21-yard touchdown pass the last time. They bring out the field goal unit with 40 seconds to go on 4th and goal and a 20-yard try coming up to extend their lead. Where you begin at the 9, another red zone issue. No touchdowns.
So you got to be able to finish the drive. You get that great return from Eric Weems, and then you stall inside the 10.
Kick one from 21 before. Now it's 13-7. As Bryant knocks one through from 20 yards away. The decade veteran, Weems, sets up the field goal.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Bud Light. Beer with your team on it. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Beautiful day in Oakland. Weems had the 73-yard punt return, sets up that field goal. But again, on 2 red zone possessions, 2 field goals for the Falcons. Yet they lead it 13-7. How about the kickoffs for Atlanta today? They're trying maybe a different tack than some teams.
Yeah, I think Dan Quinn's philosophy is we're going to kick it as close to the goal line as we can and make the Raiders decide whether they want to bring it out. We're just going to bang it out of the back of the end zone and give them the ball at the 25-yard line.
Tywan Jones is back there to retrieve this. Last one was off his shoulder pads and ricocheted in the field of play. They're caught there, 25-yard line. Now Carr has 2 timeouts. Rich, what do you anticipate he'll do with the remaining 38 seconds?
Well, typically a play caller will call a screen or a play where you got a chance to get some positive yardage. If a guy breaks a tackle and you get out to the 30, 35-yard line, that changes your strategy a little bit. Now you can take a shot or two and try and get yourself in field goal range with 38 seconds left and a couple timeouts. But a lot of it has to do with what you're able to do and accomplish on first down.
Tight end and a running back will be bracketing the quarterback, Derek Carr, who's 11-13. 6-7 straight, 1st and 10. Outside they go, Walford. Out of bounds he goes, shy of his own 30-yard line, and he was hit there by Poole and assisted on the play by Ishmael on a gain of 4. The clock is at 32 seconds.
Hey, you just want to give yourself a little bit of breathing room, but in the back of your mind, if you're Derek Carr, you know you've got the old wily, cagey kicker and Sebastian Janikowski. He's in his 17th season. He still can bang it from outside of 50.
All-time Raiders score, Janikowski. 2nd down and 6. Blocking is there. Spinning catch by Murray, out of bounds, close to a first down. Weatherspoon ushers him out of play at about the Raider 34.
And Atlanta's playing a very soft shell in the secondary. They're going to give you those underneath throws. A couple timeouts left. The Raiders don't have to get out of bounds. Can make a guy miss and get back, pick up another 8 or 10, 12 yards in the middle of the field and use one of those timeouts.
He's being called by offensive coordinator Bill Musgrave, a one-time Matt Ryan quarterback coach in Atlanta. Now here with the Raiders, 3rd and 1. Murray in the backfield.
Down! Blue 80!
I'd throw it here.
You're right. It goes off to Holton. Knocked out of bounds on the near side, as you can see, by Ismail, the free safety, and it's a gain of 4. They do get the first down. They stop the clock at their 38.
So they're doing a really nice job moving the ball down the field slowly but surely, but they're saving these timeouts. 22 seconds left. Now Carr's got the ability to throw the ball deeper in the middle of the field. Gives them more options.
1st and 10. 2 Raider timeouts. Underneath they go to Murray.
There it is.
And Ismail with a catch and run. He picks up 10 on the play. And he's out to about the 49-yard line. Timeout taken by the Raiders. They're down now to 1. They'll mark him at the 48-yard line of Oakland. Coming in for Jack Del Rio at 1-0. Janikowski's kicked some long field goals in his career.
We watched him pregame, Kevin, and just in visiting with him on Friday. He can still bang it. Last season, a 56-yarder. Not a lot of wind here today, and they're close.
But on that dirt, Rich, that changes the game a little bit.
Yeah, but this guy has done it his entire career,
yeah, right,
so I think clearly he has the advantage over a kicker like Matt Bryan, who only has to deal with it once. He doesn't even play in the AFC, so he has to deal with it once every 4 or 5 years or 8 years, whatever it is. So Janikowski deals with it every week.
Murray in 1st and 10, 1 timeout for the Raiders. Carr looking to wind up. It's off to Lee Smith, the tight end. He gets inside the 50-yard line, gain of 3. Ismail there. They'll mark him at the 48. There was pressure on the play by Jonathan Babineau.
Just took a little while to develop, scrambling around a little bit. He's got to elude Babineau and able to find his big tight end, Lee Smith. He's got 2 plays if they throw it and get out of bounds quickly. If not, then he get a ball down the middle of the field with the 1 timeout. That may be it.
Falcons stay in the nickel. 2nd down and 6 for Carr. Murray was back there. Dropped by Walford.
That would have been enough.
That would have been enough. You're right.
Kevin, I talked about one of the weaknesses. We talked about this football team. That's the tight end position. It's been a long time since the Raiders have had a Pro Bowl player at that position. They're excited about Clive Walford. Lee Smith, more of a blocking tight end. Michael Rivera, been a bit of a disappointment. It's a difficult time staying healthy.
And they've had some drops on this team, too.
Too many.
3rd down and 6 coming up and a timeout taken.
They led the National Football League in drops last year, most of them coming from Amari Cooper, who had more drops than any player in the league last season.
So Cooper and Crabtree combined for 224 receiving yards last week. And today Cooper's got 30 and Crabtree's got 19, a total of 4 catches, 2 each for these very dynamic wide receivers for the Raiders.
The one thing you could do, you could run the very same play and get it to the tight end or someone inside against that zone coverage. He has to go down right away and call the timeout. They've got 6 seconds. They have time to run a little pop pass and get the ball to about the 40-yard line.
Now 6 defensive backs for Atlanta. 3rd and 6 for Oakland.
Now look what's happening. They're going to press. I'm not going to give them that quick throw. Make it contested.
Atlanta took that last time out, so 1 timeout apiece. Carr, and they go underneath the Roberts. With Cooper blocking, and they get the 1st down and stop the clock to the 39-yard line. Knocked out of bounds by Poole. Pickup of 9 on 3rd and 6 for the Raiders, who have done a very nice job of inching their way up. And here comes Janikowski. And if he makes a field goal, he will become the all-time NFL record holder for field goals made from 50 yards or more. This is a 58-yard try. So it could bring him closer and set a pro football record. And it's off the dirt.
Well, Carr and the offense did their job, Kevin. Very methodical. Bunch of short and intermediate throws to get in this position.
Marquette King holds. 58-yard. It's high by Kondo on the long snap, and that screws it up. He's short and wide.
Yeah, that's what did it. It was a bad snap. You talk about the timing and the rhythm in the kicking games. Janikowski had a pause just a slight split second there, and it's just enough for him to miss that thing left.
Julio Jones has caught a 21-yard touchdown pass, and Murray had a 1-yard touchdown run. You can see the high long snap by Kondo, normally reliable. Nice catch there by King. We're at the half, and the Atlanta Falcons are on top of the Oakland Raiders. You're watching the NFL on CBS. We're back in Oakland with the Atlanta Falcons on top of the Oakland Raiders at halftime, 13-7. As we take a look at the first half highlight presented by DirecTV, Matt Ryan And Julio Jones connecting.
Took him a while to get going. Just 2 catches for Julio Jones, but that one a big one against Sean Smith, who really struggled a week ago against the Saints.
Well, CBS and St. Jude Children's Research Hospital for Childhood Cancer are teaming up in the month of September to bring awareness to this disease, its causes, the patients, and trying to find a cure. Our ties today are by Brooks Brothers and have the St. Jude's logo on them. And we're proud to be a part of something so very, very special.
Doing great work down at St. Jude's, Kevin. We're thrilled that we can wear these lapel pins and ties to go along with it.
It's terrific. Our second half, Rich, underway here, and the Raiders have got a deficit with which to work.
Yeah, you look at the Falcons, Kevin, we talked about Julio Jones. They've got to get him more touches, just 2 in the first half. They need to get more pressure from their defenses. Derek Carr has been on a roll. He's 17 of 20. He's had too much time in the pocket. And finally, for the Raiders, their special teams. They need to avoid the mishaps. Eric Weems' 74-yard punt return, one of them which led to another Atlanta score.
Raiders are going to get the ball to begin the second half.
Yeah, you look at some of the mishaps. Taiwan Jones doesn't do a good job fielding this one, the big punt return. He also had a penalty that pushed him behind at start of a drive. Marquette King has to make this tackle. Penalty as well, tacked on for a horse collar. Not a good half of football for the Raiders kicking game. There's a lot of speed. When you look at both of these teams on special teams, Atlanta and Oakland, they have great team speed.
By the way, they're clearing the field right now with a presentation for Kenny Stabler, the late Kenny Stabler, the terrific Raider quarterback. There's Ray Guy, inducted into Pro Football's Hall of Fame. John Madden was out there, Jim Otto, Ted Hendricks, Michael Haynes, and others.
There's Ted Hendricks, Art Shell.
Art Shell.
Boy, they've got some
the greats.
Willie Brown.
Some of the biggest
old man
names,
Willie Brown.
Yeah, ever to play in
There's
pro
John
football.
Madden. You look at Ken Stabler. Kevin, I was honored to wear his jersey number for 6 seasons with the Raiders. Look at his production. Won a Super Bowl, 4-time Pro Bowler, MVP.
That was not by design that you wore number 12, but a guy that you admired, and it just so happened you wore number 12.
Absolutely, and I was a big fan. When I first got to the Raiders, I grabbed a media guide. I wanted to find out more about Ken Stabler.
Right.
You look at the years that he had. He put about a decade together where he was phenomenal. And the thing about him back in the era that he played, he didn't throw a lot of interceptions. He was a very accurate thrower. He had some good pocket awareness, and he was about as tough as they come. You know, he was perfect for what the Oakland Raiders were trying to get accomplished.
Kind of like you when you were here playing. He was an MVP in 1976. You were an MVP of this league in 2002 as a deep back man, the rookie free agent from Southern Miss. Jalen Richard is back there to retrieve the punt from, or the kickoff rather, from the punter, Matt Bosher. And our second half is underway. He'll bring it out. They had Taiwan Jones back there. Here comes Richard, who had a 75-yard run last week down in New Orleans. Tackle made by Brian Poole on a 24-yard return. Here are the possessions in the first half for the Oakland Raiders.
Yeah, I thought they did some good things, Kevin. They mixed the run and pass pretty well. You look at the distribution there. You look at Carr's first half, 17 of 20. 8 different receivers had catches. Both teams have done a nice job spreading the ball around. Brian has had 8 different receivers as well.
If the Raiders win, they'll be 2-0 for the first time since 2002. They come in 1-0 after their win last week in New Orleans. Atlanta losing at home to Tampa Bay. 4 touchdown passes by Jameis Winston. 1st and 10. Murray was in the backfield. He's being chased by Upshaw, and he throws outside for Crabtree with Alford defending on the play, and they call it a catch. Near the 29, gain of 10, a first down. That's how the Raiders begin the second half.
Too much room here. Alford giving Crabtree a lot of room there. This one took a while to get to. It's terrific job by Crabtree on the boundary.
Hegman will make the stop. with Murray taking it for 2 on that first down just beyond the 30-yard line. Got to keep in context, too, what this Raider team, Rich, did in the fourth quarter last week. 22 fourth-quarter points, and their offense had 3 nice fourth-quarter drives. They've shown they're a come-from-behind team.
Yeah, they're a different team. I mean, in terms of how they've gone about it, they've had some great drafts. They've been very selective in free agency, and they've got a young quarterback that they really could build this football team around.
What's up?
With 2 tight ends, 2nd down and 8. Here comes Murray. He's got a touchdown run today. He's brought down by Weatherspoon near the 36 on a gain of 5.
Well, Donald Penn, he got rolled up on at the end of that run. They can't afford to lose any more tackles. Lost 2 last week.
They would use Feliciano or Alexander.
Yeah, right there. Right at the end.
Penn is a big man. He is down. He grew up in Inglewood, admiring the Raiders. We have a timeout, 14:03.
Back in Oakland, you see John Feliciano who's coming. They've actually moved Kelechi Osemele from left guard to left tackle in place of Donald Penn.
So it's 3rd and 3, Carr, and it zips right through the view of Seth Roberts. Incomplete. Roberts had a touchdown reception late in a 2-point conversion, and that's incomplete. So they take the first possession, and now their punting unit is on the field, and Weems back there, and he had the 73-yard punt return in the first half. Marquette King set to punt.
About the importance of being a directional kicker. Can't give Weems a 2-way go.
Nice snap by Kondo. Beautiful punt by King. Will it stay in? Nope, it does not. So he sends that 64 yards to the other way to the 20-yard line. Atlanta, Matt Ryan will take over. First, second half possession early in the 3rd.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Voya Financial, changing the way you think of retirement. And by Old Spice. Just thought you should know.
Lombard Street across the bay over in San Francisco.
Oakland is challenging the ruling on the field, asserting that there were 12 defensive players on the field at the snap.
They have guys up in the booth that look for this very thing, don't they, Rich?
Oh, they sure do. They also have those guys running around in those striped uniforms looking for it.
Yeah, they do.
They're supposed to count every play. I've got too much going on, Ken. I can't count everybody. Let's just see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And you've got a punt returner back there. That's 12.
12. And it was 4th and 3 for Oakland.
Yeah, 38's running off the top of the screen.
Yes, he is.
Question is, does he get off before the snap?
Sean Goldson, former San Francisco 49er.
They figured it out. The question is, does he get off the field right up top before the ball is snapped? I
think he did, right?
Well, let's see. He's not off the field yet, and the ball is already snapped. He's definitely on the field. There's 12 men on the field. That's a really good challenge by Jack Del Rio.
Some good booth work, too, getting that message down there. It's going to be, it was 4th and 3, like we said.
That'll be a first down.
Sure will.
That's a good challenge by Del Rio. But he's on a roll, Kevin, going for it for a 2-point play last week.
Can you believe that, Rich?
That was a gutsy call. But when you really sit down and visit with him and all that went through his head, the discussions that they had during the week, they talked about Saints were down a corner. You don't want to put Drew Brees back on the field at any point, late in the game or in overtime. It just felt like they had the momentum, and they really liked the play that they had dialed up.
After review, at the snap, there were 12 men on defense on the field. That is a penalty and a 5-yard penalty from the previous spot, which gives Oakland a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Oakland will not be charged with a timeout.
Talk about the importance of plays in the kicking game, Kevin. Every play in special teams is a critical play because it equates to field position and points. And we talked about the Raiders at the half making some mistakes in the kicking game. Now we've got Atlanta with a big mistake that's going to lead to a Raider first down to keep the drive alive. Yep, that's what got the Falcons last week.
Wasn't three of them. It
was three on third down
right.
that extended drives that led to 17 points. Now we've got a mistake here that's going to give the Raiders the ball as we begin the second half.
That's an issue.
56.
Goldson. First and 10. Murray in the backfield.
Blue 80. What's up?
End around. And this is the fleet-footed wide receiver, Johnny Holton. He's out of Cincinnati, a rookie free agent, and flies the other way. Picks up 14, gets into Falcon territory at the 45, and out of bounds with Ishmael knocking him there.
Yeah, keep an eye on Courtney Upshaw. It's very difficult to change directions off of the dirt. They run the reverse. Look at Upshaw. He cannot make the adjustment. This is the Raiders knowing it's by design, running the reverse off the infield.
Ricardo Allen was over there, making sure he was out of bounds. First and 10 from the 45, with Murray on the move. They blow it dead. Flag across the way. It's going to be on the Raiders.
False start. Oakland, number 61, the center. It's a 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Sometimes these centers, when they're looking to make their reads, will move that ball, won't they, Rich?
It's a point of emphasis this year in the National Football League. If you make a sudden move and it draws the opponent off sides and moves, he actually moves a little bit and freezes. And this has been a point of emphasis. There was too many of these issues coming up where the center's making a declaration or a reset, and he moves suddenly.
Hudson playing with the bad knee today. First and 15. They go to the tight end, Smith, who is upended by Robert Alford with a catch and run that takes him to the 38-yard line of Atlanta, picks up 12.
Well, the Raiders haven't been able to push the ball down the field. You look at how effective Carr has been, 19 of 23, but most of his throws have been quick throws to the tight ends, the receivers, and even the backs.
Second down and 3. Base defense for the Falcons.
No! Blue 80! What's up?
Murray. And he gets a block from Osemele. And he's got a first down. Bulldozing his way to the 31-7-yard gain. Brought down by Ishmael. First down, Raiders.
A big downhill runner, best between the tackles. Can run with power and strength. He's kind of an upright runner when you really study him. He handled just under 80% of the Raiders' carries last season.
So on this drive, a pass of 10 yards to Crabtree. 12-yard pass to Smith. They get Murray with the run right there at 7. Highlighted by a 14-yard end around to the rookie Johnny Holton. First and 10. Began this drive at the 19.
Blue 80! What's up?
Carr open. Oh, he's got Wolford. That is a touchdown. Make it Trufant, who got beat. And the lumbering tight end Wolford with his 4th career touchdown reception in the NFL.
That's Wolford. He's just going to get a good release. No jam on Wolford. For some reason, he just runs wide open right down the sidelines. They're not able to make that adjustment. As you saw there at the end, Trufant slips, rallying to the football.
How big was that penalty with too many men on the field? It kept the drive alive, and the Raiders can take a lead with Janikowski trying for the point. It's 14-13 Oakland with 11:17 to play in the third. Wolford, the tight end, part of a big day of tight end receiving for the Raiders. All sought out by the quarterback, Derek Carr.
Yeah, keep an eye on Desmond Trufant. They're going to run Cooper on the post, and you're going to see the tight end. He's going to run like a a wide circle route. Trufant's playing thirds here. He has to come off on the tight end. First he comes off late and then he slips. And it's not enough to get Clive Walford out of bounds. A little bit of a communication breakdown on the back end, but if you're playing thirds like the Falcons were, the corner, Desmond Trufant, has to come off on the tight end.
It's the third late change of the game. Goldson was the one who had to run off, and he was part of the too many men on the field. On a 4th and 3, it kept the drive alive. The penalty problems last week, the penalty problems this week. But the defense on 3rd down, and it's cost him. Weems will take, and he slipped. You see that turf come up? And
it's a good decision.
Yeah, it was. He was trying to get out of the blocks, and he couldn't. Out to the 25-yard line with a touchback. Saturday, the SEC on CBS brings you the best games from the best conference. When the Florida Gators visit the Tennessee Volunteers. It all begins with college football today. 3 o'clock Eastern. We were hoping we were going to see Gator quarterback Luke Del Rio, the son of Raider head coach Jack Del Rio, but Luke hurt a knee, and he is unlikely to play next week. Reggie McKenzie, by the way, the general manager for the Raiders, his son plays for the Volunteers. And they play next week in Nashville against the Tennessee Titans.
And Jack Del Rio and Reggie McKenzie will both be at that one.
Freeman in the backfield. It's 1st and 10. Torlolo trying to throw a block. And the gain up in the middle with Justin Ellis, stopping him after a gain of 3 up to the 27-yard line of Atlanta.
We haven't mentioned Khalil Mack's name or Bruce Irvin much today. Falcons doing a good job, Kevin, mixing it up with running pass, getting the ball out quickly, really taking the edge off of that pass rush.
2 tight ends over Mack right now, 2nd down. Ryan, and throws, and he's got his tight end, Hooper, who makes another catch and a big play, takes it down to the 29-yard line of the Raiders. Nelson makes the stop. It's a 44-yard pickup.
This is really nice by Matt Ryan. Look at the protection. Watch him step up inside, buy some time, keep his eyes down the field and the ball in a throwing position, and he's able to find his rookie tight end, Austin Hooper, right down the middle of the Raiders defense.
Hooper had a nice big catch in the first half here from the 29. It's Devontae Freeman. There's a block right there by Hooper, and he's off to the races in the secondary and caught up 2 by Nelson. That's an 18-yard run. Emerson missed the tackle initially. It's down to the 11 of the Raiders and a 1st down.
Well, you can't miss a tackle when you've got a shot at Devontae Freeman. A number of missed tackles already in this one. That'll drive a head coach crazy on the sidelines. You work on that all week in practice. Your target point.
Coleman in, 97 rushing yards for the Falcons. 1st and 10 at the 11. Ryan, end zone, intercepted and picked off. David Emerson, what a play. Ryan threw a career-high 4 red zone picks a season ago. He's thrown his first this year. And David Emerson, the former Washington Redskin, comes up with the steal.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Warner Brothers Pictures The Accountant, in theaters October 14th. And by Jeep. Visit Jeep.com to learn more.
Another red zone turnover for the Falcons, who were tops in that category last year. Unfortunately, they got the rookie running back Washington back there, and here he takes it with a stutter step, and in the secondary, brought down on the play by Alford. Gain of 7 on the play.
Yeah, you mentioned, Kevin, 8 red zone turnovers last year, tied for the most. 5 of them were in goal-to-goal situations. That was also the most in the 4 red zone interceptions from Matt Ryan. They struggled down in that part of the field. They've been down there 3 times, 2 field goals and a turnover.
By the way, Donald Penn is back in at the left tackle. He had left, he's back in there. 2nd down and 4.
Now! Blue ID! What's up?
Blow that dead. Offsides or an illegal motion here by Oakland.
Offense number 88, 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
It's on the touchdown catcher, the tight end, Clive Walford. Who caught the 31-yard touchdown pass the last time the Raiders entered for Coach Jack Del Rio, who was born in this area, went to USC, played some baseball, was drafted by Major League Baseball. Chose the NFL, played for a handful of teams. 11-year career, 2nd down and 9 for Derek Carr. Richard is in. The draw out of the... God, oh, there was a nice block by Penn. There goes a flag. And downfield he runs. Ricardo Allen brings him down. That may be on Penn. I think he blocked a guy in the back, and that may wipe away a 29-yard gain. I think Penn was caught.
I don't think it's on Penn.
Oh. Maybe they're confirming the number.
I'm looking at it again in the replay, Ken. I don't see it.
Holding. Offense, number 66.
Oh.
10-yard penalty. Replay, 2nd down.
So one of the best guards in football, Gabe Jackson. Wipes out a 29-yard gain. That's a shame for the Raider offense.
I just don't see it. I mean, take a look at this. Little inside move from Tyson Jackson. Maybe right there at the end.
That left hand?
He gets part of the jersey. That's where he got him. Right there at the end. He was in good position. He just didn't finish it.
Jackson last week had a first quarter right knee injury in New Orleans. They put a brace on. He didn't miss a play. Career starter out of Mississippi State. Gabe Jackson, 2nd down 19, back at the 11. Richard. Carr. The rookie. He gets by Weatherspoon, and he was finally hit and brought down by Deion Jones. That's a 10-yard gain by Jalen Richard. A lot of injuries in college. Missed a couple, in fact, preseason games here with the Raiders, yet still made the team.
Yeah, Jalen Richard, as you mentioned, came out of Southern Mississippi. As you just watch him, that previous play with the run was called back. He's got unusual speed and quickness in the open field. We saw that last week against New Orleans on his first ever carry for a touchdown.
Raiders have passed on all 7 third-down situations today. They need the 30. Carr. And he's got Cooper, who is covered by Trevant. Close to a first down. Amari Cooper comes up with a catch. Near the 30.
Watch him put his foot right in the ground in the dirt. I mean, he's comfortable doing it, works on it. Carr really throws the ball well outside the numbers.
He does.
Some quarterbacks aren't as comfortable, but he really trusts his arm strength. He can really drive the ball outside the numbers.
Rich, as they take a look at this and how close they are, walk us through where Carr is mentally right now with this game.
I think the game has really slowed down for him. It didn't take him long as a young player to develop, but I just think he's seeing the game and playing faster from under center. He's year 2 in the system. Remember, his first year, he went through a coaching change.
Right.
And then they replaced the coordinator and the coaching staff in year 2. So it took him a little while last year, I think, to get comfortable in Bill Musgrave's system. But there isn't a throw he can't make. He's got terrific arm talent.
It's 4th and inches. You're at your own 30, Rich. What would you do here?
I think at this point in the game, Kevin, you punt the football. I know that people think Jack's a bit of a risk taker, but here's what you could do. You get him in the huddle, you call a play, no snap, no play. Let's see if we can draw him off sides. If we can't, we maybe take the delay of game and punt the football. We've got a very good punter in Marquette King, but I would not run a play in this situation. So it's a 1-point game. You got 4th and inches. The problem with the no snap, no play, it's not as good if it's not within the sequence of when you have these stoppages. Now Dan Quinn and the defensive staff have had time to alert the guys in the huddle. Be careful for the hard count.
Oakland is challenging the ruling on the field, but the ball is short of the line to gain.
So they went outside here to Cooper. And he had, looks like well, it's hard to say there. They'll have sharper eyes than ours. It'll take a look at it. We'll have a verdict for you when we come back. The clock at 7:27 in the 3rd from Oakland. Raider coach Jack Del Rio has challenged his spot, which is a crucial one because the Raiders right now have a 4th and inches. They lead by 1, and this is what they're reviewing.
This is a really good look at it. I think right there you think he had to get past the 30. And I think his forward progress, he's got possession of the football. Then he gets pushed. He gets pushed backwards.
Cleat Blakeman has talked with New York.
After review of the play, the receiver caught the ball was out of bounds with the ball at the 30.5-yard line. Therefore, it is a first down for Oakland.
30.5, yep.
Oakland will not be charged with a timeout, and Oakland has won its second challenge, so it will be granted a third challenge.
Well, for a guy that likes to gamble a little bit, Del Rio did that. Had he lost, he would have lost the challenge and been out for the day. This guy went for all those two-point conversions.
You know, that's good work between the sidelines and the coaches up in the box. The communication down to Jack Del Rio to say, hey, Jack, we should challenge that. The other challenge that paid off for the Raiders as well, for the 12 men on the field, which was a huge one to keep the drive alive, which led to a score. But that's a great challenge by Jack Del Rio. It just shows you the importance of communication.
By the way, no coach has ever gone 3 for 3 in a single game in challenges. Del Rio may be breaking new ground. Murray in the backfield, 1st and 10.
Blue 80. What's up?
Boy, there was a thicket of Falcon defenders all over Crabtree.
Boy, that was a bit of a force. It's a lot of white jerseys. If you would have looked to his left, he had Amari Cooper wide open.
We've had 3 lead changes in this game. Julio Jones caught a first-half touchdown pass by the Falcons, put them up by 3. 31-yard touchdown pass to the tight end Walford in the second half has put the Raiders up by 1. 2nd down and 10.
Down.
Washington in the backfield.
Blue 80. What's up?
The call. Nice stick. What a play. Vic Beasley, who went tackleless last week. And the former high draft choice out of Clemson, number 8, throws him for maybe a half-yard loss.
That was well done by Vic Beasley. These backs, these Raider backs, have the ability with their speed to bounce runs to the edge. Very disciplined. He does a nice job keeping contained on the backside.
5 defensive backs. 3rd down and 10 for the Raiders. Murray was in, releases, nice one-handed catch, and quickly stuck on the play by Ishmael. Gain of 2, shy of the first. They got a punt.
That's a really good tackle by Ishmael.
By the way, Ishmael and Latavius Murray were college teammates at Central Florida. They played together there. He starts for Keanu Neal, who is out with a knee injury. So one college member of Central Florida tackles the other. And Weems is back inside the 15 with King to punt. High and hanging, and that's going to force a fair catch at the 15-yard line. 4.69 hang time. That's what coaches love on a 52-yarder. Matt Ryan is down by 1. 5.5 to play in the 3rd on CBS. What does a submarine with 200 nuclear warheads on it look like? Find out in a new story on 60 Minutes, plus an interview with the Libertarian candidates for president. It's tonight on 60 Minutes on CBS. Kevin Harlan, Rich Gannon, our entire terrific CBS crew here in the Bay Area from the 15, 1st and 10 after that nice punt by Marquette King of the Raiders. Out on the plate for Matt Ryan.
They'll be able to turn the page after that ugly interception that ended on the last series.
Coleman has been split wide. And that's what they go at when he comes on a slant. They got the matchup with the linebacker, Heaney, and that's the result. The running back, Coleman, takes it up to the 39 and a catch and run at 24 and an Atlanta first down.
Well, that's huge. Getting the ball to the running backs in the passing game. Linebackers, particularly Smith and Heaney, are a bit of a liability versus the pass.
Reggie Nelson chased him down. It's a 1st and 10, and Coleman remains. Fake it there. Good block by Matthews. Winding up far side. Oh, they've got Hooper. And the linebacker, he drives him out of bounds. Another big catch by the rookie out of Stanford, Austin Hooper. A 34-yard pickup. Had a catch earlier. With big yardage, the result. 1st and 10.
Here's Hooper. He's going to block down And then he's going to continue all the way across. This is the old throwback. Look at Matt Ryan. He sells it. He knows that he's got Hooper on the backside. The Raiders just lose him in the wash.
Hooper had a catch for 44 yards the last possession. 1st and 10. Outside they go. It's Gabriel who makes the catch and down to the 17-yard line, tackled by Bates, gain of 9 on the play.
It was a really good-looking play by the Falcons. I mean, you have all those tight ends lined up over there. You see all of them blocked down. You see the quarterback roll out to his right, and you lose the young tight end across the field.
Robinson was over there with that grab, and here comes Coleman, tried to cut, and down he goes on that 2nd down and short, 2nd down and 1, but he picks up 3 and wheels his way to the 14-yard line of the Raiders as a 1st down.
This is where they've got to be able to finish this part of the field. They've been down here a bunch today, 3 times. They've had to settle for field goals. They had the turnover. Good red zone teams have the ability to run the ball in this part of the field.
Devontae Freeman is in. Oh, the tight end was held, but they go up to Tammy, who's going to go in for the touchdown and breaks the tackle of Malcolm Smith. A 15-yard touchdown pass. Atlanta is back on top. Jacob Tammy.
Defense, number 51. That penalty's declined.
That was on the other tight
Touchdown
end.
is good.
They were holding one tight end, but Tammy got free, and he broke the tackle inside of Malcolm Smith. Fourth lead change of the game, and they're going to go for 2.
You watch this, go ahead and run it. This is actually his 4th option. Go ahead and freeze it right about there. There's option 1, there's option 2, there's option 3, and he winds up coming all the way to his 4th option. This is great work by Matt Ryan, going through his progression and working all the way back across the field to find Jacob Tammy.
Tammy 5 catches, 76 yards. Tammy last week had 6 receptions. As we began the broadcast telling you, Matt Ryan says he's playing the best football of his career. They're going for 2.
Down by 5. It's the right thing to do.
Freeman sent wide. Ryan takes it himself. He gets a block by Mack. Heaney couldn't get him. A 2-point conversion. And the Falcons are not only back in business, they are on top 21-14.
Well, this is the last thing you'd expect from Matt Ryan. This is a well-executed quarterback draw. Catches the Raiders off guard. You see Alex Mack. That's why you went out and got the Pro Bowl center.
Ryan says that Mack gives him so much on the line in terms of information, but he loves the way he prepares every week. He's changed the culture on that line with his attention to detail.
Absolutely, Kevin. And the communication between the Pro Bowl center and quarterback, it really helps. The run game calls, the protections. That's why you spend that kind of money in free agency to get a really good center.
Matt Ryan, 18 of 26, 283. He's thrown an end zone interception, but he's thrown 2 touchdowns, and he's got his Falcons on top in an important early season game. Week 2 continues with Sunday Night Football on NBC and Monday Night Football on ESPN and Westwood One Radio. Then Week 3 kicks off with Thursday Night Football on CBS, NFL Network, and Twitter.
Well, if you listen to those games on Westwood One Radio, Kevin, you get to hear some of the craziest things sometimes. Huh?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, that was fun.
That was an interesting moment. Rich, what about the Falcons, who have a very tough march coming up on the road after today? Tough enough to play here. Then they go to New Orleans, then Carolina, then Denver, then Seattle. I mean, to start the season 0-2 with that kind of schedule would be very difficult, as Tywan Jones will leave it in the end zone.
Kevin, you mentioned some of those crazy calls on Westwood One. How about this one? This is too good.
Run out on the field. He's bare-chested and banging his chest. Now he runs the opposite way. He runs at the 50. He runs at the 40. But there he goes. The 20. They're chasing him. They're not going to get him. Waving his arms. Bare-chested. Somebody stop that man.
Here comes the blue coat,
Oh,
Kevin.
they got him.
Here
They're
comes
coming
the blue
from the
coats.
left. Oh, and they tackle him at the 40-yard line. I hope it was worth it, my friend, because you got a night in the clink coming.
Of course, we don't show it on television, but that was hysterical to see the actual footage. 16-year-old young kid running out in the field, and you have a classic call.
Well, you've surprised me, but thanks. Murray in the backfield. Derek Carr, and he gets it off to his tight end who caught an earlier touchdown pass. It's a gain of 3. Clive Walford gets it, and the tackle on the play was made by Warlow.
Well, the tight ends very involved in this game.
For both teams.
Tammy's got 5 catches. Hooper has 3. Walford's leading the Raiders with 6 catches.
On the rotating going inside there for the Atlanta Falcons. They've got 4 in the secondary, second down and 7. Murray is back there, and he gets the call. It's a little foot race now, and he's in the secondary, Latavius Murray. He is brought down by Ricardo Allen. He picks up 15 on the run and a first down for the Raiders to their 43.
Boy, a couple missed tackles right here. You got the shot right there. They can't get it done. Babineau let Murray get outside. It's tough to. We talked about the playing on the infield and how difficult that is for defensive linemen. Courtney Upshaw can't make the tackle. It's hard to rush the passer, and it's hard to change directions on that dirt infield.
Larry! Now! Blue 80! What's up?
Derek Carr with a 1st and 10. Austin Howard with the block. It buys him time. He wants him to go deep, and he's going to wind up, and now he runs. Carr. He slides in center field on a gain of 5, and he's up to his own 48. As you can obviously tell, this is the home of the Major League Baseball Oakland Athletics. And the field does not change until baseball season ends.
I have to admit, Kevin, when I was playing for the Raiders, I was an A's fan, but I never wanted to make the postseason, if that makes any sense, because this is hard to play on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. You know, as a quarterback, I'd always check to see where I was. It affected your drops, your ability to plant and throw. You have to watch where the receivers are. I've thrown some interceptions because the receiver falls down on this infield.
And it hurts, right?
It hurts. It does.
2nd and 5, Washington's in the backfield. Carr. On the screws, he's got a first down with the catch right there down to the 45-yard line. Walford makes another one. Ishmael makes the tackle. Gain of 7 on the play, and the Raiders are into Falcon territory.
They're not big throws to the tight ends, but they're effective. Walford with his 7th catch. Carr doing a nice job on the early down, spreading the ball around, making good, accurate throws.
Walford, by the way, has got a career day going in the NFL. He's a 2nd-year tight end out of Miami, a 3rd-round pick, all-time tight end records holder at the University of Miami. 1st and 10. With the rookie Washington in the backfield, and he gets the call. The pull by Jackson. And a power drive up by Osemele, who is very active. It's a gain of 8. They're down to the 37-yard line to JB in New York.
An unlucky pick led to this.
Yeah, and Aqib Talib steps in front of this Andrew Luck pass, takes it back 46 yards. A tight ball game now turns into a 23-13 lead for the Denver Broncos as they start the 4th quarter.
That was my best Kevin Harlan attempt at wittiness. Back to Kevin Harlan.
Thank you, JB. Kansas Jayhawks, who is a 3-time Pro Bowler with the pick. Hand off to Washington. 2nd down and 2 as he peruses the far side and is brought down by a couple, including Hagman. You're going to give him a gain of 1. He may not have gotten the spot he wanted, and Del Rio shaking his head, but they're at the 36-yard line. That's going to conclude the 3rd quarter. 4 lead changes in this one. It's a 7-point lead for the Falcons on CBS. You start the 4th. Matt Ryan has thrown 2 touchdown passes. We've had a Carr 31-yard touchdown pass to a tight end, a 1-yard touchdown run by Murray. 4 lead changes. Here we go. 3rd and 1 for the Raiders from the 36-yard line. And that's Olawale in the secondary and a first down, corkscrewing his way all the way to the 25-yard line. Poole brings him down. 11, Ishmael. That's an 11-yard pickup and a first down to the 25-yard line of Atlanta.
Look at the movement up front. You know, the fullback Olawale doesn't get a lot of carries. That was a big hole. A great tackle by Brian Poole. That may have saved the touchdown.
It was. Poole had a good game last week against the Buccaneers. Offset eye. Olawale had a touchdown run last week in New Orleans for Oakland.
Down!
Walford in motion. First and 10.
What's up?
Carr, Murray. Olawale missed his block, and that's why that tackle was made on the far side. And the grab was made by Ismail. That's a gain of 5, and he's down to the 20-yard line of Atlanta.
You know, both these defenses have really gone out of their way to take away the top receivers. You look at Julio Jones with just 2 catches, Cooper with just 3. There's been some double coverage. There's been cut coverage. A nice job changing it up, and both quarterbacks, to their credit, haven't forced the issue.
2 tight ends. Falcons stay in base. Second down 5. The hard running Murray. Getting a block. Andre Holmes laid a block. That gave him an additional 5 yards. He's down to the 3. Wheeler missed the tackle. 17-yard run. First and goal, Raiders.
And he just bounces this one. He gets caught up in the wash initially. They can't get the tackle. You're not going to be able to arm tackle a back like Latavius Murray.
He runs angry. Isn't that what they said? He runs angry.
Don't do a good enough job setting the edge, forcing him to run up inside. Dan Quinn talked about that with us yesterday. The importance of setting the edge against these Raider backs.
First and goal at the 2. Latavius Murray drilled. He was hit hard on the play by Deion Jones, a good-looking rookie out of LSU. And no gain on the play.
That's a classic textbook tackle.
Sure was.
By the linebacker, Deion Jones. That's how you do it. They spent a lot of time on tackling. That's why Dan Quinn was so disappointed. Last week they had a couple instances where they didn't do a good job. Charles Sims scores a touchdown for the Bucs. They had 4 or 5 players in position to make a tackle and couldn't get it done.
Second down goal. Derek Carr. Incomplete. Boy, there were a lot of white jerseys around that pass. They were looking for Amari Cooper, and in the secondary there was Ricardo Allen with the coverage. And Poole right off the bat.
Really good coverage by the Falcons. This could have been a dangerous throw by Carr. See the safety, Allen. Had that ball not been tipped, he may have had a chance to get his hand on that one.
By the way, both teams have run the ball well today. 100 yards on the ground for Atlanta, 143 on the ground for Oakland. Third and goal at the 2. Empty backfield. Carr.
Got time.
Good block by Austin. Now he's being chased by Claiborne, and it's incomplete in the back of the end zone for Andre Holmes. Uncatchable. Yeah, some coverage in the secondary that time by Ismail.
The coverage from Atlanta was terrific. Carr had plenty of time. He just couldn't find anybody open. He's waiting. He's buying time. He just has to throw this one away. Good coverage on the back end by the Falcons. Jack Del Rio, go for it.
Would you do this or would you try the field goal?
Kevin, I think I'd kick it, but look, you know, Jack Del Rio been pretty aggressive so far in this game.
Olawale in the backfield, low snap. Oh, and he gets the touchdown! Michael Crabtree, 2-yard touchdown reception. Del Rio has done it again. What a gutsy call.
And remember, on the 2-point conversion last week, who they went to? Michael Crabtree. That's kind of been Carr's go-to guy in this part of the field. He's just going to run a little delayed slant route. They don't pass it off. Trufant has to run over the top, and he can't get there. Or Alford. Robert Alford couldn't get through the wash to cover Crabtree.
Janikowski will come in to try to tie it. What a terrific game in Oakland this afternoon. 21 apiece, 12 to play. Michael Crabtree comes up with the reception. Carr was patient on a low snap, but he fields it and throws another touchdown pass. Seth Roberts with a touchdown pass to put the Raiders down 1 point late in the 4th. He completes a 2-point conversion to Crabtree and gets a 1-point win. 4th down. Here they go, and they convert instead of going for 3. He finds Crabtree for 6.
Yeah, they attempted 3 two-point conversions last week and converted 2 of them, including the game winner. And it's the message I think it sends to your football team. Things are different here in Oakland. We're going to be aggressive. I have confidence in you that you can execute in that part of the field. And if we don't get it done, I trust that our defense will go out and back out on the field and get a stop or a turnover.
Each quarterback has thrown 2 touchdown passes today, but Del Rio's offense has had drives of 75, 81, and 91 yards. Weems in the back of the end zone. Touchback to the 25. Tied at 21 here. The King of Comedy is back on CBS. Kevin James returns in Kevin Can Wait. It premieres tomorrow after the Big Bang Theory. Only CBS.
But both teams, you look at the run-pass distribution. Both teams have done a nice job running the football, mixing it up on first down. Getting the tight ends involved in the passing game. Just haven't had a lot of success pushing the ball down the field on the perimeter.
Raiders in their best defense. Devontae Freeman in the backfield. 1st and 10. Freeman. Tammy with the block. Devontae Freeman belts it off on the side by Emerson, who had the end zone interception earlier of Ryan. A 12-yard run. And he's out to the Atlanta 37-yard line.
Well, it's a good looking run to start the drive.
Injury and all. 1st and 10. Ryan. Julio Jones as they work on Smith. Then he rides him down at about the 46 and a quick pickup of 9. And again, the no huddle. Here they go.
You look at Sean Smith, a bigger corner. It struggles at the line of scrimmage.
2nd down and 1. The fake. And going deep, and he's got Julio Jones, and he makes the catch. Smith was covering, and they also had Reggie Nelson. Oh, flag is thrown because he spiked the ball.
This is a terrific throw by Matt Ryan. He lets this thing go early and gives Julio Jones a chance to make a big-time catch.
47 yards on that pass play.
Delay a game. Offense number 11 for spiking the ball in the field of play. It's a 5-yard penalty from the end of the run. 1st down, Atlanta.
Is that Nelson's guy or is
no,
it
Smith's guy? He's helping, but he runs right by Sean Smith. Reggie Nelson has to help, but what a terrific throw and catch by Matt Ryan and Julio Jones. We talked about the struggles that they've had getting the ball down the field. They did it right there off of play action.
He's got a bad wheel like we talked about earlier. That bad left ankle, 48-yard pickup through the air. 1st and 10, Matt Ryan. Freeman in the backfield, blocked by Matthews, and he burrows his way to about the 10. Malcolm Smith and a couple down there to make the stop. It's a gain of 2.
It hasn't been the smoothest of days for them down in this part of the field. They did get the touchdown last possession.
Right, they've had 3 red zone and 2 field goals. 2nd down and 8. Here they go to Mohamed Sanu. Oh, nice crafty move, and he can only pick up a couple yards. They were on him pretty good. Khalil Mack makes the stop after a gain of 2. This red zone thing's becoming an issue, though, right? Rich, they're 1 of 4 last week.
Yeah, you only get so many opportunities. This is where you have to be at your best in this part of the field. 3rd down's been a problem. They've been down here a couple times and haven't been able to convert.
It's 3rd and 6. Coleman is in.
The guy that's been the go-to guy on 3rd down and in the red zone has been Julio Jones.
Ryan will look into the nickel. To Coleman, and caught on the ricochet. Caught by Hardy. It was a catch on the ricochet for a touchdown by Justin Hardy. Oh my goodness. And Atlanta has gone on top as Hardy, with his 2nd catch of the season, comes up with an 8-yard touchdown reception on the ricochet off of Coleman.
A little bit of serendipity, some unexpected good fortune for Justin Hardy, just being in the right place at the right time. These usually result in interceptions. When a ball goes up in the air, you see both defenders right there to make the play. The safety thought he had the interception and never felt Justin Hardy.
Bryant with the extra point. And it's 28-21, the Atlanta Falcons in the Bay Area. Coleman couldn't get it because Smith was covering. But on the ricochet, Hardy leaping high and pulling it down for 6.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by McDonald's. I'm loving it. Cialis. And by the all-new Honda Ridgeline for tough truck things and everyday things.
Rough sailing. How about that catch on the deflection by Hardy? And a red zone score for Atlanta. The subsequent kickoff. Taiwan Jones lets it go over his head on the kickoff by Matt Bosher to the 25-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Thursday. Your weekend starts here when the Houston Texans tangle with the New England Patriots. Thursday night football on CBS and the NFL Network. The health of quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo right now is in the focus. I think we're going to see the rookie 3rd-round pick out of North Carolina State, Jacoby Brissett, come in. He began at Florida, transferred to North Carolina State, and he had to come in. Of course, Tom Brady isn't ready till week 5 because of the 4-game NFL suspension.
And a quick turnaround on Thursday night makes it even more difficult to get the young quarterback the reps he needs to be ready.
3 touchdown passes by Ryan. Carr has thrown 2. 1st and 10.
We're waiting. What's up?
Washington in the backfield. Carr. Oh, he's running for his life. He throws it away. Coming through, Grady Jarrett with great pursuit of Derek Carr.
That's the pass rush we've been talking about. Good effort there by Grady Jarrett. Not giving up. This is a game based on, obviously, performance, but it's an effort-driven business. It's great to see guys out there hustling, and both these teams playing very hard trying to get the W.
Carr, 27 of 35, 208, 2 touchdowns. Ryan, 22 of 30, 3 touchdowns, 349. Handoff to Washington. He got tripped up. And then they fall on him with Adrian Claiborne taking the place of the injured Brooks Reed. It's a gain of 3, and he's up to the Raider 27.
Solid effort there by Adrian Claiborne. Just seal in the backside. They've given up a couple big runs that have been able to bounce out the back door. Good adjustment there by the veteran.
3rd down and 7. Nickel for Atlanta. Carr. And over everybody's head, there goes a flag. Cooper was trying to run. Seth Roberts was trying to run, and it's obvious they were held up. And this is going to be on the Falcons secondary. On another 3rd down penalty, perhaps, like we saw last week and we've seen today by the Falcon team.
Pass interference. Defense, number 21. The ball he placed at the spot of foul. 1st down, Oakland.
Keeps the drive alive, Rich.
He's going to just, all he does is grab. You watch Marcus Trufant. He's going to grab Cooper out of the break right there. I don't know if it would have been a catchable ball, but can't grab him as he's trying to separate on the out route.
Falcons at 0-1. Raiders at 1-0. Raiders win. They'll have their best start since 2002 when Rich Gannon took them to the Super Bowl.
3rd down penalties, Kevin. The first 2 weeks for the Falcons have been a killer.
Richard is in on 1st and 10 and runs into a big wall with Jonathan Babineau plugging it up, allowing only a gain of 1 to the 42.
Talk about the importance of getting off the field on 3rd down, and that's what's really hurt them. You know, you go back to last week, a couple big mistakes, some mindless penalties on 3rd down. Talked to Dan Quinn about it. So we've got to do a better job staying disciplined, getting off the field on 3rd down.
Each team with 7 penalties, 73 yards worth for Atlanta, 53 yards worth for Oakland. 2nd down, 9. Richard remains and gets the call. Oh, there was a nice block inside by Jackson. Opened up the door, and he was finally brought down by Kamal Ishmael on a gain of 6 as he swerves to the 49.
I like this young back, Kevin. I think he's going to be a good little player.
He had never been to a professional football game until last week in New Orleans. He had never been in person to one. and then had that 75-yard
first carry of his career. Isn't that amazing?
That? It was amazing.
That's a way to make a
what a
splash.
I should say. 3rd and 3 here into the nickel. Carr has emptied the backfield. With time, Jackson the block, Penn the block. Carr has to dance, and he's got his receiver. This is the fleet-footed Amari Cooper, and there he goes! Touchdown, Oakland! Beats Trufant. Flag at the 28.
I think Cooper may have been out of bounds, Kevin. Look at the time, though, that Derek Carr has. I mean, he moves around a little bit to help himself, but where's the pass rush? I mean, he's going to run around. He's going to buy some time. There's Cooper. He's out of bounds. He cannot be the first to come back on the field and touch the ball.
Yep.
That's going to come back. You see the official. The one official took his hat off. That's the first indicator.
Went out of bounds voluntarily. Came back in and was the first to touch. That is a foul for illegal touching. The penalty is a loss of down. It brings up 4th down from the previous spot.
Well, you've gone from a touchdown catch and run of 51 yards to now 4th down, and you bring out your punting unit.
Well, you have to know where you are on the field at all times, and Amari Cooper doesn't realize how close he is to the boundary. He actually steps out.
The Raiders with their 4th offensive penalty in this half, and they're going to go for it on 4th and a couple. Let's see, 4th and 2. It's not 4th and 7 as a graphic. It's 4th and 2. I see a little CBS Sports thing. Go over there and just erase that. That's how we make our corrections.
There you go. 4th and 2. How about that? You happy now?
I'm happy.
At some point, one of these decisions of Jack Del Rio may backfire. The first thing you think about here, Kevin, is no snap, no play. Try and draw him off sides.
Richard is back there, 4th and 2. And the carry.
He didn't get it.
I don't think he did either. He was hit. Nice hit made by Brian Poole and Grady Jarrett.
Well, the official up top, I don't think he gave it to him. I think he's going to be just a bit short. That is an aggressive call by Jack Del Rio with 7:12 to go in the 4th quarter.
Well, do you challenge this? Because even if you didn't get, you've got 3 timeouts.
I don't think you're going to win the challenge. It's especially on these runs up inside. It's hard to tell exactly.
And on the dirt too, Rich. He's trying to dig on the dirt.
I think he's going to be just a tad short. I mean, I think he misses it by about 6 inches.
Oh, you're right.
And that was wrong. It's a foot.
Wow. He's short. Well, I was saying you're right. He's short. But the 6 inches you're off, and so
great stops.
On downs, it goes back to Atlanta. Big stop by the Atlanta D. NFL playing 60. The NFL's movement for a more active generation encourages fans to get moving and play for 60 minutes every day. Run, jump, and race to Super Bowl 51 with the NFL Play 60 app. Download it now. On downs, they take over. Freeman, who's closing in on one of his better rushing days, is past the tackle of the line. Picks up 6, brought down on the play by Malcolm Smith at the 44-yard line of the Raiders. Gain of 6.
Well, Atlanta's really running the ball well. 120 rushing yards already. Freeman closing on 100 on the day.
Juking right here, bad thigh and all, and finally hit and brought down by Emerson. It's a gain of a yard. Dances down to the 42. Let's take you to JB and Coach Cowher in New York.
Talk about good footwork.
4 minutes left to go in the game. This pass from Andrew Luck to Frank Gore. What great job keeping his balance. Scores a touchdown. They cut the lead. Now Denver leads 23-20. 4:02 left to go in the game.
Rich Gannon is light footed like that as well. Back to Kevin Harlan.
3rd down and 3. They go, and there is a completion for a 1st down caught by Levine Toilolo. He had a broken hand in camp. He's been slow to come back. He picks up 5. They're down to the 38-yard line of the Raiders, and they get a much-needed 1st down.
Good concentration there by the tight end. It's going to get tipped. McGee tips that ball.
I thought so.
Stacy McGee, right in the middle of your screen. He's going to tip this ball. Somehow still finds its way to. It wasn't the intended target. A couple times today, they've been pretty fortunate.
That's the 10th tight end reception for Atlanta today. First and 10 with Freeman in the backfield. Nice fake by, there's Julio Jones working on Smith again. Slicing him up inside the 20. The catch and run takes him down to the 18. A pickup of 20 and a first down. Julio Jones.
Again, you look at the struggles that Sean Smith has had with the inside breaking routes. Julio Jones, he can drop his shoulders and cut on a dime like a smaller slot receiver. That's what makes him so special and unique.
Tevin Coleman is the running back.
Another penalty by the Raiders.
Jones, by the way, over 100 yards receiving today for Atlanta. 106 and 5 catches.
Neutral zone infraction, defense, number 90. It's a 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Big Dan Williams.
Yep.
Julio Jones has been a different player here in the second half.
Bad left ankle, bad wheel, as we told you earlier. It was an injury that he got last week. He re-aggravated it. He initially got it in a preseason game against Miami back in late August.
Seems like he keeps getting rolled up on when he's tackled. Never gets a chance to heal.
Coleman is in. First and 5. 3 touchdown passes today for Matt Ryan. Over 300 yards. Coleman. There was a good block inside by Schrader, and he finds a touchdown. Nelson couldn't bring him down. Schrader, the right tackle, with a terrific block. And Atlanta builds upon their lead on a 13-yard touchdown run.
What a nice block up front by Mack and Chester, and then coming off on the linebacker. And look at the effort here by Tevin Coleman right at the end, extending the ball over the goal line.
They have scored on their last 3 red zone possessions. The Falcons, who have been struggling there, 3 straight red zone touchdowns today and a player down.
They've scored on 6 of their last 7 possessions. And a different team here in the second half. And they took advantage of a great opportunity there. You talk about that decision, Kevin, by Jack Del Rio to go for it on 4th and 2 with a little over 7 minutes to go in the game.
Kyle Shanahan said of Tevin Coleman, he said, he is as talented a guy as I has ever coached. Emerson is the one down and getting up slowly.
Look at that effort.
Whoa. Terrific. And now the running totals are 135 yards on the ground for the Falcons. It's the first game in 7. Collectively, they've been over 100 yards rushing.
And I said earlier in the game, the key for this offense, the running game, for them to be at their best, their running game has to come to life, and it did just that. And that really helped Matt Ryan with so many of the play action shots that they've been able to take.
And Bryant with the extra point. He's also got a couple of field goals today of 20 and 21. Tevin Coleman lunging in for the touchdown in a 13-yard burst, and the Falcons build their lead.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by The Home Depot. More saving, more doing. And by Subway Restaurants.
Late fourth quarter from Oakland. Raiders tied the game at 21 early in this fourth quarter. The Falcons have had 14 unanswered points. They lead it 35-21. With the kickoff, Asher over the head of Taiwan Jones. To the 25. Atlanta's offense has been good lately.
I would say, Kevin, they've scored on 6 of their last 7 possessions, including 4 touchdowns. They have been terrific. And, you know, I think back to our conversation that we had with Dan Quinn yesterday. He was very confident about this game, but about his football team. You know, they kind of took a punch in the mouth in week 1 at home in the division against Tampa, but he said this is a resilient group. And I know they're going to go out and play hard and play with a lot of confidence. And they've done just that here today.
Murray is in, 1st and 10. Carr wanting to go deep, and he's looking for Roberts, and Alford is there covering. Also back there in the secondary was Ricardo Allen. 2nd down and 10.
That last touchdown by the Falcons really changes now what the Raiders' approach has to be here coming up on 4 minutes. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to be able to jump the ball, get in their no-huddle offense. They don't have a lot of time. They've got to really pick up the pace and tempo here.
Rich, what about him going for it on 4th and inches at the 50-yard line?
It was a critical decision, one that Jack Del Rio will be asked about right after this game at the podium if, in fact, they lose. You know, he had a chance to pin the ball back. You've got a terrific punter in Marquette King and go out and play some defense. It was just a one-score game at that point.
Carr on 2nd down and 10. Looking for Cooper. What a catch. The defense by Trufant picks up 16. That's a first down to the 41 of the Raiders.
Look at his ability to go up and get the ball and high point it. That's what makes Amari Cooper special.
All-time receiving leader in the history of Alabama football. 1st and 10 Carr. In the middle, Latavius Murray. He gets one of the guys to miss. That was Jones. Now he's inside Falcon territory. Here to about the 49. Brought down by Poole. Catch and run of 10.
Now there's got to be a sense of urgency. You can't walk. You got to run. Everyone's got to run back to the football. The substitutions coming on and off the field. Everything has to be done with some quickness and urgency. They're taking way too much time. Look at the official wanting to get out of the way.
1st and 10. Across the middle it goes to Roberts. Oh, and he can't be tackled as he takes it down to the 33-yard line. A 14-yard catch and run. A couple guys had a clear shot at him, including Deshaun Golson, who now leaves the field. First and 10. Carr. Olawale into the secondary and then finally brought down by the linebacker Deion Jones. That's a 15-yard pickup. He's marched him downfield to the 19-yard line of Atlanta.
Well, they've got to do a better job, Atlanta, covering the backs and tight ends across the right over the football. They're just dumping the ball over the field, right to the backs. Too much space.
Olawale is down to the 6. Brought down by Ismail and Jones. That's a 13-yard pickup.
Del Rio saving those timeouts. He's going to need them. With the 2-minute warning, it'd be great to get a score here before the 2-minute warning. Not doing a good enough job covering right in this part of the field. Right over the football has been a weakness for the Falcons.
1st and goal. Carr over the head of Roberts. No one was home. Trufant was defending on the far side. It'll be 2nd and goal at the 6 for Oakland.
Good catch by Thomas Dimitroff, the president of the Falcons.
Was he the one to get
think he's interested? Look at him. He's standing right down there on the. Watch this. This is a good alert play by the general manager. Look at that. Oh no! Look, he lets the ball get in on his body. See, he was a confident catcher. He would have extended those hands.
Good for you, Rich.
Would have been a big interception.
2nd and goal at the 6. Carr. Beasley chasing. That's caught for a touchdown. Andre Holmes. A 6-yard touchdown reception. And Carr has thrown his 3rd touchdown pass today. And the Raiders creep closer.
Talk about keeping a play alive. He just barely gets this ball off before he leaves the playing field and keeps his eyes down the field. A good adjustment there in the back of the end zone by Andre Holmes. Well, that was a well-executed drive. They've still got time on the clock and the 2-minute warning and all 3 timeouts. Boy, that was a quick score by the Raiders.
Wasn't that masterful? Great job by Derek Carr.
And they just attacked in the middle of the field. They just kept dumping the ball to the back and tight end right over the ball.
Now the extra point by Janikowski makes it 35-28. With 2:12 to go here in regulation, 8-play, 75-yard drive. Now what does this do to the kickoff for the Raiders? How would they handle this after Holmes dives for the 6-yard touchdown reception?
I think you're going to see this ball land deep in the end zone. They don't want to give Eric Weems another opportunity to return one. You looked at the previous kickoff the Raiders had. They drilled the ball. I think they'll kick it deep. I think they'll try and go out and play defense. They've got the 2-minute warning. They've got all 3 timeouts. If they can get a stop here and give Derek Carr the ball back, Kevin, I may miss my flight. We may be into overtime.
Oh, that onside kick since 2008.
Yeah, I don't think you do it here with the timeouts.
Tonight on CBS begins with 60 minutes and a ride aboard one of America's most powerful nuclear-armed submarines. Followed by a CBS primetime exclusive, the case of JonBenet Ramsey, plus NCIS Los Angeles tonight. Only CBS. Each team with 3 timeouts.
Jack Del Rio went down there, talked to the defense with Ken Norton. They're on the sidelines. That group is together. They know what they have to get done here. They need a 3 and out. You see Jack Del Rio, you see Ken Norton Jr., the defensive coordinator. Talked to us on Friday. He said year 2 is not about doing more in the system, but rather doing what we do better. The players, better understanding of the system and know what to expect from the coaches. Certainly the coaches know what the players do well and what they can handle.
Brad Seeley is the special teams coordinator. Let's see if he's called for an onside kick, but 23 consecutive onside kick without a recovery. He's going to kick it with a little chip shot. It'll be picked up on the play by Aldridge Robinson. And Robinson, he'll take it just beyond the 10 on a 10-yard return. Flag has been thrown. Each quarterback 3 touchdown passes today.
There is no foul for a face mask on the play. It stands as called. First down, Atlanta.
Matt Ryan has thrown for 374. Carr has thrown for 283. And let's see what happens here as they have the Trowick tackle of Robinson. A lot of yards by both teams in this game.
Well, the Raiders got it. They got him backed up. Can they get a stop? And if you're Atlanta, you just need a couple first downs to get out of this one. With the 3 timeouts, you're going to need a couple first downs.
Raiders will be in their base defense. Freeman in the backfield. Ryan's got a 1st and 10. With a couple tight ends. Devontae Freeman. Smith with a good beat on him. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Well, this is all 8-man football. You're going to see 8, 9 defenders up around the line of scrimmage. This would be a bad place to take a shot.
Raiders have taken a timeout. Well, we got a chance here, and we talked about how CBS is partnering with St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital for childhood cancer. We have a couple of notable people in the Atlanta area battling that same disease, the Craig Sager family, who we keep in our prayers every day. And the sister of Atlanta Journal-Constitution writer Orlando Ledbetter covers these Falcons in the press box today. Lost his sister a couple weeks ago. Our thoughts and prayers with both those families. 2nd down 10 after Oakland took their first second-half timeout. Ryan with a wall of noise in the black hole. Fake to Freeman. They go out to Taylor Gabriel, and he dances his way out to the 20-yard line, and Nelson brings him down. 8-yard catch and run near the 20. We've reached the 2-minute warning. 1:56 to go. For those of you expecting to see 60 Minutes, you're watching the NFL on CBS. It's the Falcons and the Raiders. CBS will be seen with the 60 Minutes program in its entirety immediately following this game, except in the West Coast, where it'll be seen at its normally scheduled time. 3rd and 3. Big play here.
They've thrown the ball on all 8 third-down possessions.
He throws again here, and he's got Mohamed Sanu. The catch, a 15-yard reception to the 35 timeout Raiders. They work on Reggie Nelson. Sanu with a big catch on the great throw by Ryan.
Boy, talk about a clutch play by Matt Ryan and Mohamed Sanu in a critical 3rd down situation. You love these big receivers that are comfortable working in the middle of the field.
Sanu's had 3 catches today. 2 have come on 3rd down. Julio Jones not playing. We think that ankle's an issue, don't we, Rich?
Yeah, he's not in the game, and so the next best thing is a guy like Mohamed Sanu, who's very comfortable and has no fear working in the middle of the field against those bigger linebackers and safeties.
What a gutty performance by Matt Ryan in Atlanta today. Very difficult place to play. 1st down and 10. Coleman in the backfield. Tevin gets the call. Into the pile he drives to about the 37-yard line. A gain of about 2. Timeout taken. Final one by the Raiders. McGee in there making the stop. Also Jihad Ward. Well, Rich, Atlanta leads by 7. Oakland is out of timeouts. A 2nd and 8 is coming up. And the tight ends have played a very important role for both teams today.
Well, they've done a nice job, not just in terms of the passing game, but especially for Atlanta, the way they blocked on the perimeter. It's been very impressive. They've had those cross blocks where they've come from the opposite side of the formation. You look at the Falcons here, they can run it twice. Raiders can't stop the clock.
Second down and 8. Combined 20 tight end receptions today. Coleman, he is dust. Big hit right there in the middle, and it was Irvin throwing him for a 1-yard loss. Again, the Raiders cannot stop it. Out of timeouts. Clock continues to tick.
Yeah, and Oakland still has a chance to get the ball back in a punt return, because obviously they'll run the ball here one more time, use as much of the clock, and the Raiders may get the ball back with inside 30 seconds to go. With no timeouts.
Crabtree with a touchdown reception earlier from 2 yards. Saw him on the sideline there with Amari Cooper. Third down and 9. Coleman the back. Coleman the call. Coleman to the 40 and shy of the first down. Gain of 4 in the punting unit.
Kevin Coleman up the middle.
They'll take it all the way down, use all that play clock, and then take the timeout and punt the football.
4th and 5. McGill made the stop there.
About 10 seconds left.
And the punter, in his 6th year out of Miami, Matt Bosher, has never had a punt return against him for a touchdown.
It's good to know, right? One of the reasons why he gets great hang time. And in this situation, Kevin, I wouldn't even give the punt returner, Jalen Richard, a chance. This thing's going to go out of bounds. I'm going to directionally kick this thing as far as I can out of bounds and not even give him a chance.
Takes his first timeout. This is a 30-second timeout.
The long snapper is Josh Harris. He's 5 years out of Auburn. And the snap is coming off the dirt for what it's worth.
Well, that does make a difference. You see him over there. He's going to wipe the ball off. That's the first thing. It's a good, smart play by the veteran. And then what you don't want to do is drag it, because now all of a sudden the punter has got to deal with it. Not a huge deal for a guy like Bosher, but very surprised if this ball lands on the playing surface.
Welcome charging.
He's lined up to his left. This one out of bounds.
A snap.
Ooh, that was close.
It was close. Coming through and almost getting it was Trolley. And it goes into the end zone, and the clock at 2 seconds. 60-yard punt by Bosher.
Well, that was too close for comfort. Go back and look. Pretty good snap. See the penetration up the middle. Nonetheless, a terrific job by the punter. Raiders have one shot here, Kevin. Carr's going to try and buy as much time as he can. Remember now that the game cannot end on a defensive penalty, so if he can run around here a little bit, give Cooper and Crabtree a chance to run down the field and throw one up, you get some type of a pass interference, it'll stop. Obviously, it'll afford the Raiders another opportunity for another snap.
Five wide. It's Cooper on the slant. He wants to feed off to someone else. It's the hands of Tywan Jones. It ends up with Roberts. It goes back to Carr. He throws laterally to Crabtree. Crabtree wants to wind up. He gets a block from Penn. He's run out of bounds. The game is over. The game is over. The hit by Deion Jones, and Atlanta goes to 1-1. And the Raiders fall to 1-1. What great quarterbacking we saw today. 3 touchdown passes by Ryan and 397 yards. Carr, 300 yards through the air, 3 touchdowns himself and no picks. Atlanta had to have this game. Next week they're at New Orleans. Then they've got Carolina, they've got Denver, and then they've got Seattle. 0-2 would not have gotten it done. 2 former defensive coordinators, Del Rio and Quinn.